would be
Sure. I'm just gonna. This is just a quick recap, so you want to get it while I'm recapping. Just it's actually hasn't been that long since we played, so. Yeah, which is crazy.
I remember this.
Yeah.
This is very familiar.
So last time, you had just entered an underground cavern.
Sorry.
Say you had just entered an underground cave. You had just ended a battle with a couple of creatures. Sinishi came down and joined you. You set out further into this cave to explore. You noticed that it went from a dug-out section of cave and quickly went into a more polished stone room, like more of a building as opposed to just dug-out section of cave. You continue to explore. You came upon a basin of weird, ripply water that was just not right. You then opened a set of double doors and saw a winged creature who a couple of you had recognized from a nightmare you had had prior. You immediately then an ostrich in the sand and just closed the door.
Sorry, wrong.
In our defense, that worked.
Yeah.
It did for a minute while you were discussing what to do, and then you were attacked by two more of the creatures. Battle ensued. You then decided you were going to open the doors, and you began to do battle with this winged creature. She pulled out a glowing dagger, cut her arm. The blood dripped in the pool and caused two more of the creatures to spawn, and then she disappeared. Fought for a little while, killed the creature. She reappeared. Did a thunder wave, almost killed you if it wasn't for a quick, short rest that was pulled out of thin air. Then we ended the battle with, what was that?
Happy to disappoint you.
You did. Ended the battle with Mead's turn last. And I remember saying that it was Illyrian's turn when we started next. Excuse me. And that's where we're at.
You mind if I use this space here?
No. What did I tell you I was going to do with my space? Told Lars I was going to guard my space, and if anybody encroached on it, I was going to corral him and bite him.
You can like slap her ear.
Yep, onto the table.
Onto the table.
Up, like I'm going to up and onto the table. Alright.
We would all cry so hard.
Oh god.
I would be thrilled that we were recording it.
Let's watch it again in slow motion.
This is the part where Lars goes berserk and kills everyone. It's my favorite bit. Anything else?
Just going John Wick on everybody, but with beer bottles.
I was asking you for one.
Certainly.
Yes.
Well, it could
Ass murder. Is it ass murder if it's 60?
Ass murder?
My ass?
Yeah.
How many
ass.
does it have to be mass murder?
I don't
Three.
know if it was 3.
Well, like a mass shooting is 3 people.
Oh, okay.
So I would assume mass murder would follow the
I
same.
didn't know this.
Hmm?
Never mind.
Have you seen his notes? Do you know his plans for the future?
Okay, let's see, who has done the most damage to her? Who is she most?
Not it's Tarnan. No, who was it? Who was it?
No, I think it was Icky. Icky whiffed a couple. You hit her
Icky
once,
whiffed, wasn't
and then
it?
whiffed a couple
Oh
of
yeah, I
times.
whip I pop my cooldowns.
It
Alright,
looked very cool, but was extremely
Tarnan.
No.
I need a wisdom saving throw from you. She's going to cast Hold Person on you at 2nd level.
You may use my death power to
So
power,
it's
but you are not.
Hold you. Boom! What is it?
That
It's
is
like a 1, but the other end.
So the bottom of the ones?
that's a 20. Is that like an L?
It's the power.
So she looks at she's floating a few feet off the ground. She looks at you and you can feel your entire body begin to tense, but you manage to shake your head and slough it off, and you can see the grin fades just a little bit as she looks at you and she scowls, and then she disappears.
No!
What? Nobody cast like something sparkly or splashed her with paint? God damn it.
So Geisen,
Is that a spell I have?
you're
So
up, sir.
Did she like
She
cast
cast.
something to disappear?
No.
Like we don't.
I will never
She
roll this
disappeared,
one again.
just like last time.
Just like last
Does
time.
anyone have some breadcrumbs to throw at
I
her?
will never wash this stuff.
I don't think I have
Look!
anything
Water skin?
for-
That's what? It's amazing!
Get him out now. Get him on now, so the next time he uses it, it'll be all ones.
Stop it. Thought we were friends, damn it.
When he's your DM, he's not your friend.
Oh, I'm always your friend. I'm not trying to kill you guys. If you guys do something
he just
stupid
wants
and
to
die, it's not my fault.
You are literally playing a character trying to kill us.
I'm not trying to kill you. She's trying to kill you.
Oh, it's all the distinction in the world.
It is. It's important.
So, I don't know what to do. I don't think I have any spells that will, like, find invisible people.
Did anyone take fairy fire?
No.
Fairy fires.
There you go. If you remember, this is what she looks like.
But she's got a lot more pieces missing and.
You should totally have brought up just a white screen.
This is what she looks like because she's gone.
Your ass. Just thought you should know. Honestly, Lars, I can't understand why somebody broke into your house and only stole the table. That's really weird. And they left.
It's very heavy.
Somebody stolen.
There must have been someone who could lift the cab of a truck. It's,
There's just like
Oh,
a
here,
whole
what's
kind
that?
of the center of the house.
I was thinking a window.
Oh dear.
I do have a thing where I can make a color, small mark, or symbol appear on an object or surface for 1 hour. But
Wait a minute, she's hexed, yeah?
How many beers have you had?
Hey,
I think you should need to ask how many beers the table has had. It's not.
Hey, don't do bad enough the table, sir.
dearest brother-in-law of mine, she's hexed, yeah?
She.
My hex is on her, yeah? Certainly looks that way.
What makes you think so?
Because I cast hex on her last session.
Yes. Your hex is on her, yes.
Where do I sense that hex?
I'm poisoned.
Oh,
What is. How does the hex work?
Oh, I'm
You
sure.
don't have to teach English.
with
Stop! They need to be taken away from
there
me.
are other snacks
You
too.
already have it all?
Well, guys, say once we'll look at this, and when it gets to your turn, you can tell me, or we can figure that
I'll
out.
figure it out.
What are you doing,
They're
sir?
not good. And, like, the more like builds up, like, oh god, now I've had a lot of them. It's like, oh god, that is not a good like aftertaste. I need to relieve that by having the immediate
more.
salt gratification of the initial chip, making the problem like better for a moment, worse in the long run.
So it's like,
it's kind of like the
Yeah.
maple mousse one.
this is good, it's terrible.
No, those are bad
another
for
one.
the
This
Those
is
are
good.
bad for
Yeah,
the
those are
game.
bad for the game.
Used to do a little, but a little wouldn't do it. Now you gotta do more and more.
Oh, the hex would have nothing to do with
I
that.
can't sense
It
where
just
the hex
it
is.
just imposes adds extra damage and imposes a disadvantage on a specific ability check you choose,
Yeah.
but it doesn't give you any sensory on the creature.
So, I have another DM question.
Yes, sir.
Sleep,
How many times?
it doesn't appear to say that I have to see the creatures. It's just like an area that it affects.
Yes. It always affects the creature with the lowest hit points in that area first, though.
It's-
Current lowest hit points?
Oh, is it not?
Current. Sleep affects current hit points.
Interesting.
The last time he used it, you let it be on back. I think is probably what he's remembering.
Oops.
Oh,
Did
that's what
I?
I was thinking.
It was on the hot elf bastard, and
Wait, what?
he was surrounded by many people.
You have a hot elf.
Who killed him? I thought it was
Suto.
very angry with him.
Suto.
Sute.
I don't do names.
I only remember it because I made a terrible joke.
And if I remember correctly, my owl has been
He
destroyed.
has.
Yes, the thunder wave.
It did it over dead.
Only if we survive.
And Tarnan, are you the one that was dying?
That's why we all
He
got
was the
medium
closest
rest.
one, yeah. He would have been knocked
Dead.
unconscious. Well, you wouldn't have been dead.
Okay.
I don't think it would have doubled your.
And with my dice rolling skills, I would have been dead.
He had 1 hit point when the thunder wave happened.
So I mean.
So he was the closest.
Okay, here we go.
He is currently at 11 hit
Which
points.
remember the thunder wave was the thing that she did immediately after reappearing next to one of us having to swing the first time.
And it pushed us all away.
Actually, all of you saved against it except the owl. If I remember right, the owl was the only one that didn't make the
Yeah,
save.
but it didn't matter because I would have been dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm gonna step up next to Tarnan, Do that behind him. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh wait, next to this. Can I ask Vernon about his AC and stuff?
His AC? No.
I feel like
You
I'm
can ask
fairly
Bill
well
about
protected.
his AC.
What's your base
Who are you asking?
build apparently?
Okay. But that depends on. I mean, if I
Is he
enter the
allowed to-
character, it'd be.
That's why I
I feel
said.
fairly well armored today. What the heck kind of question is that?
You don't have a number.
Oh.
Just ask
So,
him.
so Bill would say 15.
Alright, that might not be that helpful for me.
Ugh.
You did not bring that far.
Okay, well I guess then I will cast shield on myself.
Yeah.
Churlish.
Okay. And that ups your AC by
Oh yeah.
+5.
+5? Okay.
That
Make sure you
shield
do
spell is
that.
awesome, but it would not work if you tried to cast it on me because I have armor on.
Oh well. Oh, was it only?
Unarmored. And it's
I was looking at mage armor. Oh, if the target dons armor, it ends. It doesn't say.
So if I have armor
Oh, okay.
on, does it just improve me?
No. Okay. Never
No.
mind. You would know.
I thought it said something about that, yeah. You can cast it on yourself, because you don't have armor. Alright, so just make a note of that so you remember. How long does it last?
8 hours.
I think it's an hour, actually.
I think it's 8 hours.
1 round.
No, it's
No,
not
that's
around
casting time.
Oh.
Duration.
I'll bet you one for inspiration.
Oh, just until the start of your next turn.
What? For shield or for mage
Is
armor?
shield a reaction?
Oh, it is a reaction, so that would make
Oh,
sense.
okay, yes.
Okay.
Shield. Shield is a reaction that ups your AC by 5
To the-
when you're
Being
hit.
attacked.
Yeah, when you're hit.
To try to stop
Yeah.
it. Got
Yeah.
it.
It's one of those things like you would just like throw up a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puke out a shield.
Yeah.
Alright.
Bleh.
Never mind. I won't do that then. So
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. And all of my spells I have to target a creature that I can see.
Cool.
Maybe
Sneaky.
ready in action.
Move out, draw fire.
Wait, what?
Ready in action.
Oh yeah, how does that work?
You have to tell me exactly what you're readying and what the trigger would be for it.
I'm gonna ready magic missile.
That's a cantrip, right?
That was first level.
If you ready a spell and whatever conditions you set don't happen before the beginning of your next turn, the spell fails and you lose that spell.
Okay,
So I mean, you can.
Okay.
Spell fails.
It's
You can. How dare you? No. So if you ready a second level spell and whatever condition you set, like I'm gonna do it when somebody pops around the corner and nobody pops around the corner, you actually lose that second level spell because what you're doing is you're casting it and like the last syllable you're holding, so the spell is being cast. You're just kind of slowing the casting a
that's
little
good
bit.
enough. Thank
So
you.
if you want to do that for a cantrip,
I'll
then
do
it
it
wouldn't
for the
matter.
cantrip. I'll do the Total Dead.
Okay.
So,
Or what would be the trick?
waiting for her to reappear.
So when you see her. Okay. Anything else you're gonna do? Alright, Relda, you're up.
How high is the ceiling here?
In the room, it's about 30 feet. Outside the room is 10.
Sorry, can I just move one space?
Sure. Which one?
Just so I'm more likely to see her.
There?
Yep.
Okay.
So, could she have flown over myself and Sanichi without alerting us to her doing so?
There is more than enough room for something like that to happen, yes.
But she flies, right? So would she have noticed air currents? I think is what you're asking. What I was asking.
Yeah. I mean, she wouldn't have had to kick us in the forehead, because that's not going to happen for me anyway.
Okay, true. Maybe she reached really good.
Yeah,
Wings would be kind of noisy too.
Well,
Yeah.
she's like disappearing. Now, she may be disappearing and reappearing above us.
Yeah, is she?
So it might not hurt to, look up.
You've not noticed it.
I have not noticed anything.
Yeah.
Then, can I, and if you say yes, I'm going to do the thing. Can I take my water skin out and, like, fling water where she was? Upward.
You can.
I do this thing.
You managed to get a little bit of water on Sanichi. And the rest of it falls to the
Okay, so that means to me that means she's not where she was. So I assume that was my action.
That would be your action.
Then I'm going to.
Maybe move.
Yeah, I'm gonna move this way initially.
Beautiful.
More or less.
Yes.
We did not get spell slots back after the short rest, right?
Correct.
No, unless you specifically have something that says you get it back after a short rest.
Some of us.
Some would.
Why are you mad at me for that? It's
I'm not mad at you for that. I'm just saying some would. Wizards, sorcerers.
Oh, I did get one back.
See?
I would like to delay an action.
Okay.
I will end my turn if you hand me that bread.
But I didn't hand you the red large.
My turn will never end, you guys.
Shit.
We're stuck.
Alright.
This is the turn.
And in that case, Shinichi is going to look around wildly.
I will totally eat that.
She is going to scream an obscenity that will echo.
Oh, she's using
What is that bitch doing?
No, she's using echolocation. Good job.
Well, she would have to be paying attention enough to actually get something out of it. And Shinichi would not pay attention.
No.
She's going. She sees Grelda running, so she will actually do the same. But the other way.
Yes. I don't even have to tell my soldiers what to do anymore. They just read my mind. It's pretty
Alright.
amazing.
You're up.
I'm gonna die. Put me in this corner, please.
Which one?
That corner.
You're up.
No, that corner. Towards you.
Closer.
I just want. There you go.
Okay.
Just enough room.
There's smell up in there.
It all comes.
Alright.
Since I can't see her, do I switch weapons or not? Currently, I have sword and dagger.
Yep. I just wanted like you. It would be a bonus action to switch, so it wouldn't take your action. You just need to tell me
You can do bonus action and then ready your bow, right? Your ancient gears.
I can't use my action to switch weapons out if I wanted to. If I prefer to do that.
You could. You can't hold a bonus action.
Right.
Okay. Just making
But
sure.
my bonus action is to hide. She can't. There's shadow in the corners. Find this fine map.
Some shadows.
So you're saying I'm not allowed to use hide action?
You have nothing to hide behind.
There's shadow. You saying
There's
no
not a
shadow?
lot of shadow.
Okay, where's the light coming from?
There's actually two. There's literally a sconce above your head to the right. Like you're hiding under like. There's a sconce right there. There's a
Where
sconce
is
on
the
the other
shadow in
side.
this room that looks like it's dark? If there's a sconce there and a sconce there, and there's a pool above, is this relatively shadowed then, that where I could make an attempt to hide because
There
it's-
was not. I can tell you in this room, there is not enough shadow to hide somebody. You can. There, it's
Unless they're very
dimmer, but you
Yeah,
can
very much
see
shadow.
everything. You do.
Thank
You
you.
do.
All right.
I'm all about that face.
That base shadow.
It'd be like the shadow that's on that wall. You're not gonna hide in that shadow.
We could let him
Like
try.
how it's
my
dimmer?
stealth roll, if I rolled a 30, then I basically painted myself that color and stood right there, and you know.
He goes up against the wall and goes.
Well, there's not a 30-sided die.
No, but my bonus is that
No, no.
added up to a 30.
I am not a believer that a natural 20 automatically succeeds at whatever you're trying. It needs
Right.
to be realistic.
Fine, I rolled a 19. It's not a natural.
I
20.
conjure a
And I
rocket
added
launcher.
pluses of 11.
20!
It still would turn that to
You're
a 30.
standing against a wall. There's nothing to hide behind or in.
So
you're-
how does a person stealth into the room and stay unseen or stealth if it's light everywhere? How does a rogue ever?
Because the person's not paying attention to you. Again, you can't. You're in the middle of a battle. This isn't like you snuck into the room without them
Apparently
knowing
there's
you're
no way for
there.
me to battle.
You don't. Just because you don't see them
Okay.
doesn't mean they don't see you.
So you're of the school of thought then, not this scenario. Clarification for better understanding for future references.
Okay.
As soon as I intend to attack somebody, they immediately get to go into combat.
No. You are currently in combat, though. To sneak into a room would be to make little noise in order to stay undetected to somebody who doesn't detect you. If somebody is looking right at you, standing quietly against a wall is not going to hide you from them. If you are in somebody's field of vision, it's not movement based. So if you stand there really, really quietly, I can still see you.
What if he stands really, really still?
See, then I can't. But I'm saying, like, you're trying to hide in a wide open area against somebody who knows you're there. If you were to move into the room and somebody didn't know you were moving into the room, you could hide in plain sight because they're not looking at you, they're not looking for you, they don't see you. But if they're looking at you...
Based off what you just said, if I had started here... Hold on!
Okay.
Based off what you said, if I had started here, gone back here, used my hide action, and then stealth back into the room, she may not have noticed me walking back in.
No, because she was looking for you.
Why the hell she look for me when there's everyone else running around?
She's in the middle of battle. She's actively looking for people who are trying to hurt her.
So you're saying
not going to be able to sneak into a room if somebody's looking for people trying to hurt them. If she's actively looking around, you can't slowly make no noise in the room. And she's like, oh, I don't see that person walking in the door.
Not that I can see where she is, because obviously I can't.
Yes.
Her attention is focused on these people, and I'm back behind her. For instance, if she were here, you're saying I still could not hide from her behind her sight.
We did go through this before. You can get a sneak attack. You can hide around the corner. It puts you at a disadvantage on your hide because you're actively in combat. And then you could come out and get your sneak attack. But if you moved into the room that she is actively in combat in, I wouldn't consider that hiding.
Even behind her still, and she's not.
Yes, because she's not locked in, or like she's not locked in to look in one direction. When you're in the middle of fighting, you look around, and that's what I consider it. If say there was a say that was a table on the far end, and she's sitting down having her evening meal, and you sneak into the room and you roll a really good stealth check, she might not notice you sneaking into the room, so you're hidden. However,
once combat's initiated,
and once combat actually starts, once combat actually starts, you can't hide in plain sight.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification.
So again, if there was a table there, if there was something to hide behind, then yes, you could hide. But since you're in plain sight, you can't really hide.
But have you considered?
I am all up for trying to figure it out, because Bill needs to know about these things because these are broke. He needs to know in the future. I'm just making the case on why.
And Icky spreads his wings.
The midget on a midget in a backpack.
3 midgets sitting into a bucket.
Okay. Alright, I've taken far too much time, so...
You can't do that. That would take way more than one action. One bonus
How do you
action.
know?
I don't know, you gotta roll a constitution check.
I don't know why, but him saying fuck that way reminded me that they're making a Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back sequel.
Nice. I like that.
So knowing that I won't be able to hide.
Yes.
Because Tarnan would know. Right? I'm assuming that makes sense to you?
Yeah. He would know there is nothing to conceal him where he's at. Actually, in this room, there's not a whole lot to conceal.
Right, well, Tarnan's concern is last time this happened is because we're all clustered up and she took advantage of that. He doesn't want to see what happens again. So I'm not hiding next to anybody. I can't hide. I certainly don't want to go back this way and let her out into the world. So I guess I'm pretty much backed into a corner, draw my arrow, and I hold my attack as soon as I see her or some minions pop out, then I'll take my actions. Action. I can't hold a bonus action, so what's my bonus action going to be?
You don't have to do the bonus action.
I take a pancake.
I'll just
Make it.
Yeah, I guess I can't use it. I really don't have a bonus action to use at this point, so. I'm
So,
done.
make a campfire?
Okay.
I'm not making a campfire.
Icky, you're up.
That would be the opposite of hiding.
I will move down into the opposite corner from Tarman. And,
then Mead.
Mm-hmm.
Mead, you're up next.
But I guess if nothing goes raw, then
No, I'm good. Thank you.
It's like there's high temperature in my mouth.
Mint is cold spicy.
it's very yummy.
Got it.
It's a little burny in the throat, too.
Oh, there's the heat.
Yeah, there it is.
Takes a while.
Yeah.
Just comes up to say hi. Doesn't like
Yeah.
kick you or.
No, that's very pleasant.
Rarely have I been burned so badly.
Wetson.
I was good.
What class are you?
What?
What class is Geisen?
Wizard. Wizard.
Yeah. He's fairly high class. Yeah.
You can
He's in-
sass
he's-
the
he's
guy.
in front.
I've known him longer than.
Have you seen the tables he makes? He's pretty high class.
I helped carry it into the house.
Is your name Geisen Tablemaker?
It is now.
It is now. I don't think you ever actually specified a last name, did you?
You make a beautiful table. They call you
Oh, you
Geisen
did, that's
Tablemaker?
right.
No.
He's got like 3
Fuck
corners.
one gnome.
So,
I guess I'm gonna move so that I'm right in front of Geisen, so that I can see those corners.
Why does it show Icky is after
So
her?
much death.
Because he
Hmm?
is?
Because he is.
Because otherwise I'm not gonna be able
Turn.
to see if she shows up.
Wait, what did Icky do?
Moved it to the corner and ready.
And
Cotton cat.
I was going to move up ahead of where Sanishi is, but
if I ready an arrow, do I have to say I'm pointing it like towards Tarnin or towards Icky or somewhere? Or
I need a vague direction. Like, Bill, you kind of pointed towards that.
Well,
I don't know.
got like a 90-degree arc right now, so there's not anything coming behind me.
I don't know.
Besides,
Because
I'm not
just,
like
No, that's fine. That would be fine. I would need like a half.
Huh?
Like into the room or out of the room. That would be enough.
oh, into
His
the room.
explanation
Into the
specifically
room.
said she's not locked.
Because I mean, there's more of us in the room at this point. For her to go behind Geisen
I can do the same
would
thing.
be a bitch move, Sean. But
Everybody's piling up at the door. We're all gonna die.
what do you mean everybody? There's only 2 people at the door.
yeah.
That's everybody.
Okay. You and I are. The rest of these are just.
They're illusions.
Yeah.
well, to be fair, if she pops in between you and me, as things stand, she'll hit.
The 3 of us.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, I don't have enough movement to move on the other
These-
side of the
this
hot tub there.
again, everybody had ready to action, so this all is gonna happen simultaneously.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. She pops into existence. You see her over the pool again. The glowing dagger already out.
Red pool? Oh,
Yep.
okay, I see her.
Yep, the red pool. So she slices the dagger over her other forearm. The blood drops, and then as this happens, everything else happens.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What are the odds I could stop the flow of blood with an arrow with a roll of a 20 or better?
Like hit the
Are you like Hawkeye?
Stop the roll of
You've
blood.
got-
You don't have anything.
No,
you don't have an
no.
arrow that would cauterize
doctor.
anything.
No. I mean, prevent the blood from landing in it.
He's got an
No.
anticoagulant
No.
arrow.
Not quick
No,
enough.
coat the arrow with the blood instead of the pool.
Oh,
No.
I see. You're
Not because she appeared as she was cutting, so the reaction I don't believe would be fast.
So
the
her
arrow
blood's
would not.
really.
The arrow would not be fast enough.
You're not like Legolas, where
Did she
you're
take
like
damage from cutting herself?
several 100-year-old
Both
times
times.
that's been at this for.
Probably not a lot,
How dare
but
you,
still.
sir?
So no, you would not be quick enough to, especially at that distance, to catch the blood. What?
Wait.
Okay.
What
Oh,
We're also
well,
surprised you stopped.
like I said, this all happens at the same time. You see her,
So what's our order?
you see her, she cuts. It really, since you all had readied actions, we'll do it in order of readied. You had it first, so we'll just go in.
I don't care who's going first. I'm dodging the corner furiously.
Where's the pineapples out?
Oh, yeah.
Dodge that drop of blood.
Thanks.
If that blood splashes this way, it's not going to touch me.
Everybody can't do
Guys,
anything because they're all distracted by the fact that he keeps blurring.
Wisdom 14.
What's he doing?
How is he doing?
He's
How is he
really
doing?
good.
He's actively molting.
That is a 17, sir.
I've never seen him.
You like it?
Hold feathers out and just throw them in front of
So
himself.
she sees you, like she sees you release it, and she looks right at you, and she smiles, like her smile grows.
I have those dice because you rolled really high with them.
I like these guys.
I don't.
Amazon. Sorry, good.
Want them?
What's up?
How much?
Weighted dice off of Amazon are
Weighted
14.
dice?
No,
Okay.
Well, we don't know.
no, they weren't that much. They were like 14, 20, somewhere in that neighborhood.
14.
Alright, so the Toll of the Dead doesn't work. Next is Grelda didn't have anything
Nope.
readied. Sanishi didn't have anything readied. Tarnin.
God damn it. Hi, how's it going?
20,
5,
25.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 45-ish? Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, that's within. You got 80, right? Yeah, that's within the
Double
80.
check that for you.
Dyson could have been on his way out the door and still did.
Or-
No, me.
Good heaven. So that doesn't come into effect. That doesn't come into effect, but she's still undermarked. Okay. She knows I'm there. She's not. Whatever. I can't do anything thief-like. I can shoot an arrow. No, 16 plus 6, so 24.
24.
I'm sorry, 22.
That'll also.
I said no, so.
Well,
Every time she disappears, her armor class doubles.
Surprise
Oh.
anyone?
sounds like this one creature I made. It was an albino umber hawk. I'll tell you what it's another
It's 2 sets.
time. 8
And they're really fancy.
plus 3. 8 piercing and 3 for necrotic.
Really?
That's
That was
11.
Yes, it was like those, with the lines.
Look, I'm not trying to change the balance of the spell, but looking at who my patron is, would my hex be necrotic or would it be radiant?
It would still be necrotic.
Roger. Okay, so
Alright, 11. Alright. So she pops into existence. You release your arrow. You see her actually grinning at Geisen as you release your arrow. It manages to fly and stick through her forearm,
yay!
Oh.
causing some more blood to drop.
Yep.
as well.
Damn it.
It's all falling at the same rate.
It's a feather.
And Icky Mead, you're up.
Icky mead.
Icky Mead. The mead is icky.
I'm gonna aim for hit.
Icky mead.
I don't get to decide that, do I?
It's just like minus 5.
Can I roll it again?
No.
Fuck.
Well, hit the table. We don't want to hit the table, so it's got
Yeah.
It ramped it.
It looks like an 18 to me.
Oh yeah, it looks like an 18 now.
Now.
It transmogrified into an 18.
Alright, so your arrow flies as Tarnin's does. Tarnin strikes. Yours manages to go just above his and over her arm, over her shoulder, and hits the
Yeah, that
wall
sounds right.
behind her.
I mean, honestly, I rolled a 2. That's way better than it should have been.
Alright,
So
so
your arrow's behind
she,
you.
It's like the string went through the arrow itself, and the arrow just kind of stayed and fell.
as the blood falls into the pool that had been glowing, you can see it, like you can tell it dims very noticeably, and you can see her face, the grin, it fades as she watches it dim. You can see the grin fade, and one of the creatures comes out of the pool, and as she looks at the pool and the creature, you can see that the grin is gone. She has a very serious look on her face now.
But still, just one creature came out.
Just one.
The same
Oh,
ones
the
or
evil
different
pool.
things.
It's the same type of creature. It's the same sin spawn that came out before.
Is it her brother? Oh.
No.
Because
Who just sacrificed blood into the pool? Technically, she didn't. I did.
Oh, like it's your summon?
Well, not that I was trying.
Yeah. Just
That'd,
think of what you could have done if you were trying.
that'd be cool as magic. Magical rules.
Next up?
I mean, it's a theory.
It's been Tarnin's turn forever.
I like
Oh, damn it! No, it hasn't. He just shot and missed. It's still Tarnin's turn. Shut up. I'm going to find a.
Alright, then actually, and as she, like, her face gets serious and she looks at the end of the room, and
Like a
she
knee?
finally, like, you can see, like, a little bit of relief come on her face as you all hear. That's her turn, by the way. Her turn's over.
Okay.
And as you hear footsteps, small, quick footsteps coming from behind you,
Oh shit.
Inside, close the door, Bart.
and you hear a voice. Yes, mother, I'm coming. They're here. They will be food. Corvus will feed our pets. As a little goblin runs around the corner, but it is, and that name strikes a bell with you. Call himself Carubus, and that strikes a tone with you. And a goblin runs around the corner, but it is disfigured. Like, it used to be a goblin, but it's hunched and it's got a third arm growing out of its stomach. It looked like it might have been a goblin at one point, but whatever it is now isn't what it was before. And
is that triple wielding? That's not fair.
This is triple wielding. And
If we kill him, do we get his weapons? I want that red sword.
and he charges up to the back of Geisen, and you just hear.
Didn't he have to like run over here?
He's
Wouldn't that
been-
cost some steps
he's
to
been-
like get to this point.
He's been moving every round, actually.
But then he just showed up, so he already spent some of his movement. We just saw him.
Yeah.
You don't know how much though.
Well,
It's tempting, isn't it?
It is. Is it a touch screen?
No. Well, it's got glass over it.
It's not anyway.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You can't see anything beyond that. So if his movement's over 25, it could have been right around this last round. Waiting for its turn. Which is why I let its man do it. Baby. So then it's going to run up to you. And what is your armor class? $30.
70 billion.
It is. This.
I would like another copy of the sheet that you're talking about, as far as how I know of Corvus.
I don't have another sheet with me.
Not with you. Just
Oh,
at some
okay.
point. Because I apparently don't have it.
That's should be on Facebook. Just so you know.
Okay, okay. I can do that.
Our class is
11.
11.
Okay. You would. Carubus was one of the goblin heroes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Alright, I can, this is not something you need to roll for because you would remember this and it's on your sheet. Carubus was the goblin hero of one of the goblin tribes, and within the last year, he had told his tribe that he found an entrance to a cave, and he told them he was going to ransack it for the treasures and come back over so he could take over Thistletop as the head goblin, and he never returned, although his tribe still expects him to return any day.
And Loki says, I have an army. And Tarnan yells, yeah, we have a Shinichi.
I think being the squishy man, like being the back,
No, never. It's never safe.
or not.
And
We tried closing the door from the other side, but we didn't think about this side.
Yeah. Good point. Excellent point.
oh yeah, so the goblin charges up to you. He has a long sword in one hand, a hand axe, and a dagger, and he swipes all of them at you one at a time. The longsword manages as you turn to greet this new creature, it manages to catch you across the back of the shoulder. You friend.
Alright, I'm gonna do shield then. My reaction.
Good call.
Okay. That's
So you're
all right. That actually all right. So as you turn and see the longsword bearing down on you, you drop to one knee and throw your hand up, and the sword just scratches, rubs right against the shield you brought up, and the creature growls at you, and the hand axe comes down and just bounces right off of it, and he tries to stab the dagger, and that manages to go off of it too. Manages to fling off of it.
Good job.
That is actually a good shield because 2 of those hit prior to you doing the shield. So the newcomer just growls at you, and then the Sin Spawn will actually sprint down to Sunishi.
Can we see the updated
Yeah,
turn
why
order?
is the turn order not on anything?
Nice.
Oh. It was updated actually, it's just shrink.
Lars,
It didn't show the
it's okay.
Yeah,
Since
have whatever
on-
you want.
Nate, you need some?
between myself and
Yeah, actually, I'm just about done here. Surprise me.
Careful.
I am currently drinking a Lady Luck.
That's what I just grabbed.
Cool.
No, grab something. You said surprise him, so grab something ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
And Sunishi's armor class is
Too hot to eat,
16. Oh, that's not gonna do it.
Sweet.
So, oh wait,
Damn it.
no, he gets 2 attack. Alright, so the Sin Spawn comes with his claws and rakes down at Sunishi, and Sunishi manages to bring up her shield, and the claws graze off of it, and it tries to take a bite at her.
She's trying to shield?
Wait, does she have a shield? Or no, she's got 2 weapons. I apologize. She brings up one of her axes and manages to.
Her third arm has the shield.
Surprise! It just pops out from under her.
Pretend she doesn't have a shield.
It's a thing.
We thought that she was just one of those turtle orcs. But it was just a folded third arm on her back with the shield.
There's pineapple if everyone wants to.
Give me a belly.
Alright, so she manages to bring up one of her hand axe and deflect the claw, but it throws her off balance, and the creature manages to bite her.
No, the bites are the poison.
The bites in, but it only does 4 damage to her. For the bites.
But she pays a higher moral price.
Is she the poison?
She needs to make a saving throw. A wisdom.
Oh, she's got this. It's only like -4.
Jerk.
If there's anything I could use to describe Sunishi, it would be wide.
Actually, she has +1 to her wisdom.
Wait, wide? Did you say wide?
Oh, and that's a 19.
Oh, dang.
So she makes the saving throw.
Oh.
Very nice.
Maybe I need to roll different dice for her.
No.
No, that's fair.
Yeah,
No,
I
I'm
swear
kidding.
those dice just roll high all the time.
They're
Those
weighted.
dice are high all the
Yep.
time.
So I was like trying to peek over here. It's like,
I guess
it's not
Curse
that.
it, curse it, curse it while you're touching it.
Roll it a few times.
Quick, somebody hand it to Will Wheaton.
No, just to see. I'm curious. Roll it a few times. I'm curious if it keeps going.
15,
Better than average.
16,
Yes, you're up.
That's still better than average.
11,
I would like to set up these dice.
16,
Maybe I will stop using it.
There's a lot of really great.
Oh yeah, I think I will stop using it.
1,
Ooh.
No, see, it's fine.
8,
Okay.
8.
Okay.
It doesn't roll
Okay, you're getting-
bounces.
Yeah.
Well, with the way he's rolling it, I think
Oh,
he actually
it's the
put it
thing.
down the dice tower. So I mean, so it gets some good. Oh no! Close that! Close it! Close it! Yeah. So it doesn't go all over the table.
Oh, nice.
12, 20, 20. What? 20.
Okay. No,
that
give
was
me
that was a 19.
So give me that. I'm not gonna use these.
2 20s and a 19?
Yeah.
Those are right.
Yeah.
No, I'm not using these. That's.
It's fine.
Oh, wait.
No, it's not.
Let's
We're
get
still
your
winning.
roll and see if they come up.
Yeah, I don't want to use. I bought them off Amazon, and they shouldn't be. It might be unintentionally, just by the build quality,
14?
unintentionally weighted, and I don't want to use them if they might be unintentionally weighted.
But if they were intentionally weighted.
Then I totally use them.
12. 16.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
sir.
no, I'm not using the metal dice anymore. They look cool, but it might just be the build, like just the way they're made.
I think that the clear dice are the ones most likely to
16.
Yes, because the clear dice are gonna have the less imperfections.
19.
Well,
Maybe
that's
that's just how.
Didn't you share a video with us once about so somebody testing?
19.
Yeah, if you do salt water, you
Yeah.
put the dice in it.
And
Because then it floats,
If one
and if it's
specific
weighted,
spot
like if it's
floats.
weighted at 20, the 20 will always come up to the top. But if it's not weighted, it'll just be kind of random. So that's a way to tell if dice are weighted wrong.
Or just let me roll it, because if it rolls a 20, it must be weighted.
He's my third?
No, he's the Geison's
Son of a guy!
son.
Okay. Some guys.
Is this guy? Is that guy's son?
12 times.
Anyone else need a refill?
If there's another one of these blood-like oranges, I would like to.
So I'm going to.
I'll take something.
Surprise you?
Dragon's
Yes,
Breath.
sir.
Are you saying it's the table?
Action casting time, so I can cast that and then use it.
It says casting time is a
Make
bonus
him
action.
Like we have to
Okay.
Sean sit over there.
So I'll cast that on myself,
Okay.
and then I will use it.
Alright, I just rolled 2 18s in a row.
Ah.
Oh, there's a 7.
All right.
Thank you.
That's 3 18s though.
What is it?
Thank you.
What does he got to roll?
This is a ranged spell attack. That's 14.
Okay. A ranged spell attack. Okay. Before you use it, you are doing a ranged attack against somebody that is next to you, that you are adjacent to, so that would be a disadvantage.
Oh, really?
Any even ranged spell attacks, any ranged attack against a creature that is adjacent to you has disadvantage. So you can do that, but it would still have disadvantage on it because you are right next to it.
Wait, I don't see ranged spell attack now. Maybe I'm thinking of the ice knife. Yeah, I'm thinking of the ice knife.
Okay.
So,
Does it just should be a save, right?
so that's 14.
Yeah, then that's not a ranged spell attack. Yeah,
Okay.
then that's fine. That we can do. Alright, so 14 dex save for Kurubas.
Hey, Sean,
Yes, sir.
should there be a creature by the portal too?
By the pool? No, I moved and attacked Sunichi.
Oh, I didn't see it. That's a neat little.
Monstrosity.
Yeah.
Wait till you get to see his cousin.
It is in its own way.
And what is the save again?
14 dex.
14. That is a fail.
Basil.
No, you're
No, I meant
good.
you failed the save.
Oh,
Raise your
oh,
full
the
damage.
save, so your
That's like
damage
the first
kicks
time
in.
I've ever actually.
No, I've actually your saves against your spells have done really well, but no, this one failed. So roll whatever the damage is.
It says 3d6.
D8.
Oh yeah, because it's half on a save, right? Yeah, but he did not. He failed his saving throw, so it's full damage.
Do 3d6 lightning, I guess. Library.
I do much more damage up close, but I should really just stay out of it for a while.
You just want to attack people that
Does seem
people are
very
next to.
stabby.
Oh, man.
You just want to attack people that people are next to. 12 damage. Holy crap! And what kind of damage was it?
Lightning.
Lightning damage. Alright, so everybody, like, you see Geisen throw up his shield and defend himself, and then he immediately stands up and opens his mouth, and you just see this flicker and flash of just lightning bolts, for lack of a better term, fly out of his open mouth and just engulf this small goblin, and it rears its head back and just cries out in pain as you can see what like old clothing it has on it begins to rip, and there's cuts all over its body, and it's shaking from the electricity going through it. And after that, it looks really hurt.
Unfortunately, I missed the fireworks from my position.
That's what you get.
But you heard them.
You could see the flicker, the flash of lights happening.
But not too much because there's a lot of light in the room.
A lot of light.
That's right.
There's no shadows.
There's some.
No, there's shadows.
But they're
Just
like,
light
like
shadows.
that shadow.
Or that shadow.
They're not like that dark shadow, just the light shadow.
No, they could be like the dark shadow. I can't hide. Grelda, it is your turn.
I can't hide in dark shadows. This is,
In that dark shadow.
I think maybe I'm just going to stick with the warlock class from here on out.
Alright. Am I
Is
still
that what you
waiting?
normally play?
Huh?
Is that what you normally play or have played?
No, you didn't take any damage or make an attack last turn.
Nope, usually
I mean, technically I threw water in the air.
That doesn't count as an attack.
Okay, then I
Or
rage
firefly.
and fly at Brilliant.
That's kind of fun.
Flying,
What?
meaning
Where-
running as fast as my tiny little dwarf legs can handle it. Sprint up the stairs!
Oh, up the stairs. I'm sorry, I misheard. Okay.
The beefy tanks are killing the inside, and Geisen is soloing the javelin arrow.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let him have that one.
That's not good.
What? soloing. That's
Yeah. I'm just gonna move away and let him.
13.
Let the squishy guy just
Wait.
like the melee guy.
No, raging doesn't
Yeah,
help
you're
me,
fine.
so
The
it
first look
doesn't-
is. Oh shit.
Raging would not help you to hit.
Oh damn it.
No, I believe raging is just to damage.
Okay.
Reckless attack would help you to hit, but you would need to say that before you
I
roll.
know,
If
and I
Meat
keep
dies, I
forgetting
think
because
I'm
it's
gonna
not on my
say
attack
Sean.
sheet
Just
here.
let me bring
Oh,
it in
okay.
for clear.
So that, like, all I see is Great Axe,
We
so
can
I
use
don't
that.
think I should use the other.
Well, maybe not.
Just
Oh,
play
well,
like there's
Sandwich
just
skills
play like
you
there's no
never
cleric.
see.
Yeah.
Alright, so you charge up the stairs.
Actually, hold on, Secco.
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 Hold on, Secco.
Such a secco.
Secco.
Secco. One Secco.
1d8 after making a skill or attack roll. Okay, roll 1d8 and add it to your roll. Can you put this on the bottom of the pile, sir?
No.
30 please?
Alright.
Yeah. What'd you get?
18 total now.
18 total? That
Oh, wow.
will hit.
That's a sign.
So you walk up and you swing your axe, and as you're swinging, you can see that she's backing away, so you're gonna miss. So you actually take half a step forward mid-swing and manage to connect.
Why does she
Rolling
get
plus.
Oh, that's
Because I'm trying to make
okay,
it
alright.
interesting.
I was like, wait a minute.
Oh my goodness! All you people!
Sorry.
Whoa, whoa.
Like,
Oh, you people.
what do you mean, you people? No, Lars is terrible at that. The arrow strikes in her arm. Well, shouldn't she be able to attack for less damage now? Trying to make it interesting.
It seems like.
Okay.
No.
No more fluff and flavor.
Oh.
Everything's gonna be boring now.
You hit her. It
You
will
hit
only
her,
get
she
three
says
damage.
ouch and takes damage.
It will only
Next
be
turn.
spreadsheets.
I'm gonna replace this. Yeah, I'm gonna replace this with just a spreadsheet.
Runs
This is gonna be an
more
Excel
damage
spreadsheet
will
that
be
we're gonna
great.
play on from now on.
14 ouches. Speaks.
Oh, whoa. Alright.
Now just-
Alright. Is that not on loop?
Spit on her. Kick her.
Sis, are you really,
Sounds like
really
Daredevil.
14 damage, not enough for you?
I have not watched the third season yet, but I watched the first two.
Okay.
So you swing, and even though, again, like the axe cuts into her stomach, like right here, it doesn't cut as deep, but you can see that blood is now freely flowing from her
Into the
stomach.
pool.
And she staggers back, and the face that had once looked at you at you guys as prey, you can see her eyes start to dart around now, looking for exits.
That's good. Me to stay right there.
I cackle maniacally as my bonus action.
It echoes in the room.
Yes.
Alright,
I
Sanishi's
just
up.
take that as her being hurt.
So we used to be prey, but now she prey.
She
I
pray.
feel like with the
She
whole
pray,
Pray, pray. Totally
Totally
pray. Alright, so
Oh my god.
But he's
So
the drunk.
Sanishi is going to
come on.
roar at this sin spawn that is in front of her, and she's going to attack it twice. That's an 18, that hits.
Nice.
Oh, that rolled off. No. That's a 17. That good lord.
Good job. You switched dice.
She hits with both. I did switch dice. I rolled both of these, and they both.
Oh, maybe
A 17 and an 18.
This is why it's obvious that it's not Jill rolling.
Aw. Jill, if you're listening to this, we love you.
Yeah.
Does she watch it?
I don't think so.
Oh, no, what's this one?
I'll tell her.
Hi, Jill.
So that's
Oh,
2 plus 4 is 6.
Camera
3
1,
plus 4 is 7. That's 13 damage.
Nice.
The Human Torch was not a painkiller.
Alright, so
Oh, no,
Sanishi,
no.
both hand axes at the same time, swings them together and carves in its stomach, and the axes actually meet and clang off each other in his stomach, and it's kind of free flowing, and it kind of falls over. Its spine still connects the pieces together, but the skin is separate. Like all the skin and the internal organs are all separated, and there's just this gap.
Was she the only person to attack that thing?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Tarnin, you're up.
Good job, Jill.
Do you have a timestamp on the recording? I can tell you.
It is 8:40.
8:40.
So probably about an hour to an hour and 20 minutes to do it.
Alright.
When you see me go like this,
Alright. Wait, alright, let's all wave our hands. Right
No,
now.
it's actually there is a timestamp. It happened at about 54 minutes.
Alright, great.
Alright, sir.
Does the 9 hit?
A 9 does not hit. Or who are you aiming for? Does that give you advantage? No, she's not flanking, but she has somebody next to her.
She can't go through the pool.
She's still your hex thing?
The pool is on
Yeah,
the
but
side.
my hex thing won't.
That helps
My
with-
attack roll has to hit. If my attack roll hits, then the hex goes off and I get an additional d6. Oh my god, Sean, no. I don't.
Those are always available.
Yes.
Anybody would like to do
Yes,
that.
they are. Always
Just this
available.
one for the first
Yes,
person.
yeah.
Beat
I've
the
got-
first person.
Okay, a 9 misses. I'm gonna have to take like 3 of those things. I'm not gonna risk it.
He's not going to use all 3 of them against you at once.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Nah, he wouldn't do that.
No. I can miss once. It's fine. Grelda's got this. Sanishi's got her back. Nothing's getting past me out of the room.
Anything else you'd like to do?
That finishes my turn.
Alright. Aki does.
What do you think that is?
Aki, you are up, sir. Why is there a nice and calm music playing? That's not right.
Because this now we're in Iggy's head.
Oh, the time to load the
And
thing.
Iggy's like,
He's still dodging, right?
yeah, it's like, you got this. Like, it's like serene, like.
I'm like a beast. Look, they're dying around me. How you got me? Do anything?
His shivering is accomplishing it. Have you been shivering this whole time?
He's been doing dodge action the whole time.
Yeah.
No, you're
I have dodged absolutely everything that bitch has done.
Every fucking attack.
No, you are a drunken master, so you're like.
Yeah, I'm just like, leaving it alone.
Alright, so what are you gonna do, sir?
Let's see. If I were to move just north of Grelda, would I be able to hit bitch?
5, 10,
You're a bitch.
20.
I assume you'd have to fly to get up there.
Yeah, I would fly.
If you move just north of Grelda, you would be able to hit a pitch.
Alright, I will fly there.
Surprise, cockbag!
Surprise, motherfucker!
The real surprise will be if you hit.
French fries,
It will be because you're poisoned, which gives you disadvantage on all your attack rolls.
He knew. He remembered.
I know.
You're
I'm
just
reminding
being
you.
cruel.
I consider me reminded.
Okay.
I reminded.
You're poisoned.
Fuck! I'm poisoned!
When did this happen? I don't remember.
That was like 2 sessions ago.
I take it back. I dive into the middle
That
of
was like 2 sessions ago,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Poison only is supposed to last 1 session.
Yeah.
Alright, so what are you doing?
So I am going
We had
to
a short rest.
Go at her with my unarmed strike.
Can you use your bonus axe?
Is unarmed strike like?
Do one. One. Just do one. Oh, yeah, disadvantage. Okay.
I was gonna say
You want me
something,
to
but
do
he
this
would
too?
yell at me for being racist. Birds don't have arms. Of course it's unarmed.
12.
Plus.
A million. 6.
Oh, shit.
So 18?
Yeah.
18 on disadvantage, that is.
Yay!
Alright, so 1d4 plus 4. Where's my 4? There's the 4. This one feels good.
1.
Yeah, alright.
Wait, no,
That
it's
did
not.
not feel good.
That is a 1.
Yeah, so 5 damage.
And she does.
1d4 plus 4.
It's a natural +1 on
His claws.
Yeah, that's my claw!
Claws?
Which,
Is that the one where we're doubling up the damage roll? Like I keep forgetting that.
No,
I keep missing with these. I forget the rule that we have.
No, because basically the monk is you get an unarmed strike, and then you can use your bonus action for another unarmed strike. But then with your key points, you can spend a bonus action and spend a key point to do 2 more strikes. But you only have 1 bonus action a turn, so it can be 1 extra strike or 2. So what we made is that the initial extra attack is automatic. That doesn't require a bonus action, and then you can use your key point as a bonus action after.
okay. So, bonus attack, I roll for the.
That is. So I'm sorry. How much was that altogether?
5 damage.
5 damage altogether.
For just like the one
Okay.
roll. Yeah.
Okay, roll the second one.
2. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna go significantly for 8.
Okay, that is miss. Okay, so your first one, you manage your talons. You manage to come up from where Sinish. No, I'm trying to think of your axe's name.
Yeah, try it.
Sasha.
Sasha, where Sasha had cut, and you actually dig into that and open it up a little more with your first one, doing a decent amount of damage to her. And she takes a step back as your second one swings, just in reaction to the pain, and you manage to swing right in front of her. Do you have any key points left?
I don't like it.
How many have you spent?
You only have 3.
Right, I got some back because you get
You get them. Do you get them
I
back?
get 3 points per short rest.
Oh, so you should.
I was useful.
Yeah,
So-
you should
so
have
I-
all of them. You haven't
yeah.
used any of them.
Okay, cool.
Kick its
So
ass,
I was gonna say I don't have any filled in here, but I think these.
That's You fill them in as you use them.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
So you have
All right,
all your
cool.
key points right now.
All right, so I'm gonna use a key point to do another claw.
Okay.
I just fucking remember what this is. Yeah, because it was a 6, right? Yeah. Okay, so 12.
Oh, wait,
Well,
is that
no.
an 8? Or?
Yeah, that's an 8. So
So 14. That misses.
Oh.
all right, so
So your second one?
Hi.
Is that a 1?
No, it's
Oh, that's a
You
2.
were so
No.
excited.
I was excited. So she like reactionary steps. Sorry, I thought that was.
Fire alarm?
No, I heard that, and there's a John Mayer song that starts off with that. I was like, what
What's with
the
your
fuck? I thought I was
voice?
gonna, yeah. Sorry, I thought I was gonna start playing a John Mayer song in the middle of battle. So she takes a reactionary step back to your last one, and then you just 2 quick strikes just with your claws, trying to get her as she's like leaning back, and you just air on both of them.
yeah. So then since I've used Fury of Blows, I get Drunken Technique, so I get the benefit of disengage, and my walking speed increases by 10 feet. I would like to jump back to the other side of pretty much where your mouse pointer. Oh, but that's not a mouse pointer. I'd like to jump to the other side of the triangular pool from Spooky Bitch.
That'd be a big
The wonderful thing about tapes.
Over there?
The wonderful-
Over there, sir.
I don't see it.
Nate, is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that's exactly where I'm
All right. Mead, you're up, sir.
Yeah, so
She's gonna dissipate anyway. Damn
I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on Corvus.
it. Spin around, kill the Corvus.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I will give him an arrow.
Okay. Hunter's Mark adds to your attack, or just the damage?
Yeah. Here's an arrow. What'd you say?
Does that add to the attack or just the damage?
The Hunter's Mark?
Yeah.
Just the damage.
Just
Okay.
It's a lot like.
Yeah, I mean,
Like the
it's not
Hex?
that much different than Hex.
Okay.
No. I mean, you even get to
Just
move
the
your
Ranger's
death,
version.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Ranger's version of Hex. Alright,
much.
go ahead and roll. Is that a 1?
Oh no!
Yeah.
That's what you see, right?
Alright. Yep. Top one of that goes to me.
I see 11.
And then he gets the one with the dwarf.
Wait, do you have an inspiration card you can
Oh,
use?
fuck, I do.
Oh, wait.
Thank
Before I
you.
look at it, go ahead. If you got something you can use that can undo it.
What's this? I don't think so. But...
Succeed on a skill check. No.
Okay.
Nothing else you have
Uh,
will help with this?
no, and no.
Oh wait, you can give cards to people, right?
You can use your card for somebody else's benefit, yes.
This could save us from death later.
You just hang on to it then.
Yeah.
It's probably won't
It's
be.
a 1. We'll be okay.
This probably won't be terrible.
We're alright.
Alright, so I get to keep that.
It's probably okay.
And what is your...
Most
Did you grab it off
A
of
loose
us?
piece of clothing is pinned to the ground by your projectile. You cannot move until you free yourself.
You shot yourself in the road.
Okay, so what's
Yeah.
that? Yep. So you pull back your longbow, and there's a little bit of gravel under your feet, and because the bow is as big as you are, you pull it back and you steady yourself, and your back leg just misses, and you let go, and your pant leg, it manages to find somehow the crack just between the two stones.
Yep.
And an arrow sticks in there and just jams your pant leg in there. So you have to spend half your movement to free yourself next turn.
That seems like that could have been a lot.
I didn't move
Yeah,
this
but-
turn. Can't I use it this turn? Or do it this turn? Since I didn't move? You can
No,
move
because
after attack.
I would say a 1.
A one
ends
against
ends
that?
your turn.
Oh.
I would say because it's a critical fail that would end your turn.
We're
It is
so
just
surprised.
because, yeah. I mean, I'm counting it as the same as if you were to get up from being prone, so it's only half your movement instead of opposed to a full action. But I would say because of that, your turn kind of ends.
Oh no,
I've
you
had
suck
such good
again.
luck with that dice and this tower. It's the fucking table.
I'm sorry, real quick, just moment. So since these come out, you know those beer dispensing systems where you can fill something from the bottom.
A tapper.
Yeah, but
That sounds awesome.
they've got
Haven't
they've
seen
got cups that basically have like holes in the bottom with like a magnetic disc.
And you push it
So
down
then,
and
so
fill
you push
it
it
up.
down, it fills it from the bottom up, and then you lift the glass and it seals it. So you could just like do like. So that's the next action. You don't have to do anything but get the system and install it.
That'll be
So
Mark,
again,
table Mark 2.
alright, so
I'll still buy table mark 1 to
it is Illyrian's turn.
Table mark 2.
So she's looking at Grelda. She's looking at everybody and what's going on. And as I said, you can still see the panicked look on her face as she looks around. She looks at her dagger, looks at you, and cuts herself one more time, holding it over the pool. The blood drips from her arm into the pool, and
She dies.
she doesn't die.
What?
The pool, it was more damage. She's damaged. She takes damage every time she cuts
Her
herself.
sliver is
It's
more
like-
slivery.
Isn't she bleeding enough to?
Maybe it requires the dagger.
Maybe it's an act. But
Maybe it's
she cuts another slice off of her forearm. It drips into the pool, and the pool, the light from it wavers a little, fades a little more. Nothing happens. And she looks at the pool and looks at her arm, and the dagger just turns to you, and
I played the world's tiniest violin.
I think that was her attack. Her turn's over.
Yeah, didn't you say it was an action?
Action, thank you.
Yeah, you did say something about being in action.
I don't remember ever saying it. No, she will actually.
Stab.
No,
Nope.
she will reach out. Reach out and touch.
She's gonna grab my heart out of my chest because that would be very sad for me.
Got him on.
Shout the day. Shout the day.
That was like
Is that touch? All right.
I remember from the thing.
Yep. So she's actually gonna reach out and grab your shoulder, and she's gonna cast Shocking Grasp on you.
Zach.
And
I'm very
need.
surprised by the grasp.
So that's shocking. Why did you shock me?
Dude, that's some like serious static electricity. You should probably stop like scraping the ceiling as you fly.
What kind of armor are you wearing?
I was
Oh,
actually
Lord.
trying to find that out earlier.
Is
Now
it-
that
tell me, is it
it's
metal?
It's electric proof.
I don't believe that it is, because I think I'm not wearing armor.
Oh, you're not as a
Because I'm
as a
raging,
barbarian.
yeah.
You get bonuses for not wearing armor.
Right.
So never mind. She would have gotten advantage on it if you were wearing metal armor. That is a low number.
Yay.
Alright, so she reaches out and she puts her hand on her shoulder, and you can feel her hand beginning to cool, and you manage to take Sasha and just like nudge her elbow enough that her hand comes off, and then you just see this like white light just snap in her palm. Nothing happens.
Did she hit her funny bone? Or
She thinks it's
I do think it's funny.
Now her arm's all tingly, so she has disadvantage. on the
As
rest
a
of
reaction, can I tell her it's too late to be friends?
Are you on here? Is that what you're looking for?
That
I don't need it. Yeah.
Okay, it's under equipment if you.
okay. Then it's Carubus' turn.
He misses.
Yeah, I must just be wearing traveler's clothing.
It's not his turn to hit my mage. Sorry. No.
Well, it's his turn to try. We'll see. What's your armor class again? Because he's going to take his 3 swipes at you.
Yeah, I missed.
One at a time.
Hey,
Alright, that's 21.
twinsies.
I watched you and I missed him. It's not working. Your
Felt like
technique
it was
is
I'm
not
going to
working.
guess
You're setting
that
a bad
as
example
a
for the children.
wizard, your armor class is not
Damn it.
21 or higher. That's a 1.
See?
So that's
Missed.
4 damage for that one.
Damn it. Why is he hitting my mage?
That's an 11.
I still have one more spell. Or wait. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that says I can't do this again. I have still have a spell slot. I could do my shield again.
Yeah, there's no limit on how many spell slots you can use a specific spell for. So yes, you could use that again. Yeah, you could use that again. You should be at 19. What you can do? What are you gonna do?
Pop quiz.
What do you do? You're being attacked by a small goblin with 3 arms. What do you do? Shot.
Shoot the hostage.
I turn around and I shoot you.
Shoot me.
Did I miss a pop quiz off chat?
Yes,
Yes, you did.
Slot left. So
I was
That's
so
alright.
jarred in that movie when
try
that
to save it. Hope I don't die.
You can save it? Alright, what's your armor class?
the one character
11.
but didn't
Alright,
make
the
it.
second one hits as well.
It had been like 2 years
So it
since
was
Dumb and Dumber
4 on
came
the
out.
first
Oh,
one.
I was like,
yeah.
he can't be a real
Five.
person.
8 on the second one, so that's
He was
12.
just dumb.
Oh god.
You can't be a real person.
13, 5, that's 18, so that's a hit.
Wait, you already did 3 rolls, didn't you?
No, it was just 2 so far. I'm rolling for damage as well.
Oh.
12, 13, 14, 5, that's 17. So it takes you down to 2.
Wow.
So,
No.
oops, not minus
Should
2.
have done the shield.
You couldn't, could you?
He had one more spell slot he could have.
Oh.
It would have not deflected the first one. It adds that up 5. Actually, it would have only deflected the second one. The first and third one still would have hit.
Okay, well, that makes
So it was
sense.
a higher roll, so yeah, it would have been, I mean, not wasted, but it wouldn't have done what you wanted it to do. So after the pain you caused it looks at you, just drool, just running down its misshapen jaw. Its sword pierces into your side and actually jams the longsword into your side as the dagger and the hand axe both come down and just cut deep into you, and you're just bleeding profusely through your robes. You are you're barely holding on. And it is your turn.
And you really can't run away.
You can't disengage.
Would you like to scream like a small child?
You disengage is an action. So instead of attacking, you could take the disengage action and run. If you want. Recommended. Run. There are pigeons in this catacomb.
The racism never stops.
Okay, fine, mice.
Squeak. It's like when
Squeak,
When we
squeak,
fired
squeak.
that arrow into the ground, I actually made a sound. It was like, pull the fuck away.
Like that's hot.
That was a weird echo.
Completely by my own idea, I am going to disengage.
That's beautiful.
Alright, so you disengage, and where would you like to go?
This relationship's just not working for us.
I know we were engaged, but I would like to disengage.
Is his sword still stuck in him?
What?
Is his sword still stuck in him? Like did it lost
No,
its
it's
grip?
just
Oh.
Just to my side of the pool, like to the middle of the pool.
You going in the pool?
No.
Oh, okay.
down here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, short swim.
Let's think about that.
Yeah. We've all been avoiding the evil water.
I'm pretty sure the weird lady peed in it.
Grella.
I'm pretty sure it is the weird lady.
Unshockingly, I'm gonna try and smack, but this time I'm gonna do it recklessly.
Unshockingly, because
Recklessly.
I don't really need to, but let's
Yeah.
see if I get a 20.
20.
Nope.
24.
18 plus some stuff.
That is it.
Yep.
Yay.
Actions and TX.
Roll attack in your face.
Read it. 6 plus 5 plus 2. I think they're pretty sure it's a 2.
13.
13 inches.
It's gonna do it.
Yes! Do I get the big death? Do I get the big death?
You do.
Yes!
Any particular way you would like to
You
do
know,
it?
she's been going up from the crotch and she is not gonna distinguish that this is a female, so, you know, let's just stay with what's
It's gonna
mine.
split her.
Yep.
All right. So as you reel Sasha back, she actually, you see her wings come out and she actually moves off the ground slightly, which actually puts her waist at your head level, and you come up golf swing and it embeds up to her navel and just embeds in there. And you take your hands off as she just drops to the ground, and the impact of the ground pushes it even further. And as she's being held up by basically just by Sasha, and she looks, and you hear her just utter, "I'm mashed too. Why?" And then she falls back. Rosebud.
Ah, guess you got her bag.
Well, that means I can move.
Yes, it does.
So I'm heading back towards Corvus.
How much movement?
All of movement.
Well, how much is all of it?
That's a valid question.
Should be 6.
25. That's a short show.
How big is any of our movement?
What is movement?
Sometimes it does.
If the world is turning, does that cost me movement? I'm not
No,
where
if you do it for
I'm
a
not
second,
where
you
I
go back in time.
was. Alright, anyway. Sanishi is up next. She sees this all happening, and she is going to try to run up to Cruz, if I can see what her movement is. 30. 5, 10, 15, 20. I got 30. Yep, she can. She is going to run right past me, give you a little nudge to tell you to get out of the way.
Get down!
Get down.
When she brushed past me, did it pull the arrow out of the floor?
No. What she did was she was running by you, and she looked down, she just went and ran by.
She probably stepped over me.
What's the timestamp for that bird?
That is an hour and 15 minutes. That is an 8. That's not going to work. And that is a 15. That one will hit.
Yay.
Splatter. 26 plus 4. 5. Damn, that's 9 damage.
9 actions. There are not enough bandits in the world, Corvus.
So she kind of looks down at you as she's running by and giggles, and then without even looking, she swings her first hand axe, and that just misses because she's too busy laughing at your situation. Before she realizes she misses, stops, swings the other one, and just embeds it in one of his 3 shoulders before she yanks it back out, and the blood is just literally pouring.
Does that give him disadvantage with that arms attack?
No.
See, I ask these questions.
And you get that same look.
Yeah. I deserve the look. It's fine.
I know she didn't
Damn it,
intentionally.
you
Tarnin!
made me miss. Yeah.
You are up, sir.
Am I aware that there's a target down there? I mean, I heard.
You are aware that some ruckus is going on out there. You know that something's
Dyson
happening.
ran away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know. I mean, you wouldn't know exactly what he looks like, but you know there's something out there attacking your friends.
And you probably heard him cackle. You gonna leap off of Mead's
Here.
shoulders?
Well, I can shoot over Mead. I'm pretty sure he's. Yeah.
3 F's
Nishi
high.
might be in the way. No. Okay.
We all need pointing sticks.
Laser pointers.
Wait, no.
On the
The ones
screen,
that
is it gonna work?
Yes!
I think it would still work.
Yes!
Bounce off into the
Nintendo
face.
pointy sticks, that's what we need.
Oh.
Like, I'm gonna point. Okay.
You can't see her pointing?
We need multiple boom boxes to rip the antennas off of.
Crazy
That
pirate.
is right.
Yes, it is.
Nice. Well played, sir. So it is
Then you can put this
the
die
blue-
into, like,
the
maybe
blue,
fruits or-
Bill.
Yeah.
The blue card, and then the card with the monster that's missing an arm.
Look at this. This card may be handed to the GM to level up immediately. Fucking cool. Here.
Yeah, no. I know that's not in there. Sir.
What?
We were talking about playing Munchkin. Did we play Munchkin?
That's not what we're doing?
Shit, I can't see. Is it the second
That's
one?
what you're doing.
Which one is it?
Ranged attack. It should look like a bow and arrow. I know
Yeah.
the light's not the best, and they're
It's
really.
the
Which
second
one looks like a
one.
bow and arrow?
I'm here.
Should be the
I
same.
need to just like make one of those, just like as a reference card.
Thank you. Poke in the belly. Double damage. On top of double damage.
Laughs.
Double damage. That means it's full double damage. Because remember how we would normally do a crit is like the first amount of damage would be maxed, and you roll on top of that. So this just means that it's double. There's no rolling. You just whatever your max damage is, double it. You don't need to roll. You'll automatically get the full.
Not max damage.
No, okay, so normally normally, if it wasn't for that card,
max damage.
it says doubles max damage. Yeah. So normally, if it wasn't for that card, what we would do is say if whatever your damage
One
is.
arrow, double it.
Well, no. What it would be, we would take your maximum amount of damage for the single attack, and then you would roll and add it to that.
Oh, Roger.
Yeah. Whereas that just means you get max double. So that'd be like.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Am I explaining this right?
I think so.
So if your damage was a 6-sided die,
Yes.
you would automatically get the +6, and you have to roll a 6-sided die again. And you would add that to the +6. Whereas that card just gives you 2 6s. So figure out whatever your max damage is, like the 1d6 plus whatever your modifier is, and
Plus
double.
4.
So that's 10.
Yep.
Double is 20.
Plus
Your sneak attack
sneak attack.
is nope. Don't even need to roll for that. It's a crit. It's max.
So that'd be 6 more.
So
This is an academic exercise. I say
that is. I'm just curious how much it would be. So it's
So mine.
1d6 plus 4.
Yep.
Doubled is 20,
Yep.
and then it's an additional 1d6.
Yep.
Doubled, that's 12 more, so that's 32 damage.
32. That's fantastic. And hex damage is another d6.
Which would be
Rolled or not?
roll the hex. Roll the hex.
Why did you touch the dice? And it's maxed.
That's 6 too.
Yeah.
So that is 38 damage.
Okay, that's all I can do.
So what you So what you do is you pull back your short bow. You actually have to lean out a little bit to get around Sanishi because of course she's big and doing her thing and swinging her axe, flailing her axes around. You let it go. The arrow goes through Crovis's neck, all the way out the other side, ricochets off his longsword, through him, and then just sticks out down here. And he just like, all you hear is the gurgle as the blood is oozing out, and it snaps back, and it's just he just leans to the side as all you hear is.
In a moment of disbelief, Tonnenberg's character, just for a moment, leans down and says, "Hey, did you see that shit?"
And I was like, no, I can fucking arrow on the floor.
See, you're just like, see what? Son of a bitch.
There's all kinds of shit going on, and I'm pinned to the floor.
Sean, you have the best dramatic death. I hope that
Well, a 20
whoever
deserves
dies,
it.
she gets something other than just sadness.
Can I heal Geisen now?
We are now out of combat.
So is that a yes or no?
That's a no.
Yes, you can do whatever. There is no turns or rounds right now. We're out of
Okay.
combat, so you guys can do whatever.
I would like the lady to be searched, but I don't want to search her.
It says plus 2 spellcasting modifier. Is it my spellcasting modifier or his?
It's yours. If it's a spell you're casting, it's your spellcasting modifier.
I'll search her, but you got my back, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
And no, I mean, like that first time that I had your back, it
Do I
didn't
roll
turn
the
out so
D8 as well?
So,
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Sasha likes you.
I like Sasha. She's pretty damn efficient. This is, I mean,
So-
it's gonna be very indelicate. But could you help me lift her off of Sasha?
Actually, she's dead up here. And I
Oh, you took Sasha with? Never mind. It's okay.
Okay, so you're searching
Yes.
the corpse?
I'm
Yes.
assisting him
Alright.
in the search.
Then roll investigation with advantage.
And there's my assist.
A 5 and a.
7. Damn. We think she's
what's
dead.
it? Investigation, you said?
Investigation, yes.
So, a 7 and a 9. Son of a bitch.
7 and 9. All right, you.
Yep,
She
it's
really.
dead.
She really doesn't. I mean, you look through her, and you're not only.
We look through literally.
You literally look through her.
She's
like,
really not wearing any.
She's not wearing much clothes.
I'm not real good
No,
at
the
reading
only
dress.
thing you really see on her,
Tea
the
leaves, yes,
dagger that
not
she
so
had, you look at it, it's basically just an iron dagger. You do notice on one of her hands is a ring. It takes up both fingers. It wraps around the bottom and then it curves across the top. So it's like it would be like a ring you wear on 2 fingers.
Yeah.
Solid gold.
Oh, I chopped them fingers off.
I thought I was her.
He's there. You're not. You're
I'm
not.
helping.
Oh, you're helping us, right?
I'd tell him I would like to chop them fingers off.
She just wants the fingers.
He can have the ring.
Have you ever seen them feign?
What?
Have you ever seen a finger feign? It's
No.
incredible.
Finger thing.
No.
Finger thing. Thing thing.
Nope. Never seen it.
Listen up.
Oh.
Are you gonna try and talk her out of it?
No, I won't talk her out of it.
She is listening.
What is my spellcasting
You
modifier?
think you want
It
play with
should be. It should
What does
actually
look like again?
say on it.
Alright.
Big wings,
Hold on.
bad like
Well, here.
goblininess.
Here,
Tall.
look at this first.
Wasn't wearing a lot of
You
clothes.
can have the ring.
Didn't
At
have
the
big
top,
boobs. She had
where it
really
says regain,
significant
is
boobs.
that already putting it together?
Regain 1d8 plus 3. 3 is your
Face is really
spellcasting
attractive.
modifier. I
Okay.
believe.
Maybe if you took the head off.
Yeah, that would
This
be
can also
your.
be arranged.
Wisdom?
Yep, because if you look spells, right up there at the top,
Tell
spells
you what.
it said modifier plus
What
3.
do you do?
We'll
You
take-
sold a
That's your
head
modifier,
for
so it
That's
is
what I was
it is
gonna
already
say. We'll
included
take
in
the-
that.
Okay.
And that
You
should
have the
change as
ring.
you level up and
Give
your
me
modifier
a
grows.
head.
Okay.
Oh, I don't
Just
wanna
change
touch
hit
the
points
ring.
back.
8 hit points
You
back.
want to touch the
I
ring?
don't want to touch the ring. I'm just gonna chop the thing and go.
You don't want to touch the one ring?
You
Well,
saw
It
her
was
chop
two
her
ring.
head.
You said it was
No,
a two
it was a
ring.
one ring with 2 fingers.
You saw her chop off the head, chop off the wrist. I will put it in my little
Oh, nice.
backpack here.
That's easier.
It's like a sling ring, man.
Kind of. Yeah. And we will get this investigated by our.
Do I need to roll for success on the head chopping or the wrist chopping?
Oh no.
No.
Regardless of you have enough time.
Yeah.
You can
My carving
chop
skills
that.
are up to snuff. My investigation skills, however.
Yeah, clearly we need to work on that some more.
Yeah, I should not help anyone.
Well.
Okay, so they're searching.
If you have bows.
Is anybody else doing
arrows.
anything? What was that?
Oh, I wanted to see if I could get the sword from the goblin that died.
Give me an investigation check on the goblin.
When there's a second round, let me know so I can tell him my next action.
We've previously, I think, discussed as in character that I'm kind of good at investigation.
Oh,
Yeah,
would you like
I
to
feel
do
like
that
we
then?
Maybe.
You do it. You do it.
But you can.
You can
help me
assist.
do it,
Yes,
right?
you can
Yes,
assist
yes.
with the investigation to give him advantage.
Yes.
So basically,
you have
you're
advantage.
looking through it together, though he is leading, like, piling through the clothing and stuff like that.
Yes, because my investigation is a +1.
Oh,
Good claw, good claw.
What is it?
both not good.
It's on the it's right there.
11.
11.
I can't. How
Um,
could you know?
The only,
Sorry, Nicky.
you're searching through there's not much on him. You can tell that he's obviously been down here for a while, and the clothes he's wearing or what he's been wearing. There is his dagger that is giving off a slight reddish glow to it, and then on one of his disfigured hands there is a silver ring.
What about the sword?
It's just a plain rusted longsword.
Because it looked really cool in the picture.
Well, it looked really cool in the picture.
Turns out it
With
was
that investigation check, you find out it's not really cool. Sorry. You can take it. It is a rusted, pocked longsword.
Okay. I don't really care about swords that much, but
And then the hand axe is kind of under the same conditions. You can take it, but it's not looking pretty. It's seen better days.
But so you got a magic
So,
dagger.
make sure you annotate what you find.
Head of dead chick.
And hand of dead chick, apparently
Hand
with
of
ring.
dead chick with ring.
would you use a dagger?
I don't think I have use for the dagger.
What was her name?
I use daggers.
You
I'll use that dagger.
you don't know.
I'll give Tarnan the dagger.
Is it
It said her name on her character, but I
It was
don't
kind of
believe
like
it was ever actually
oddly-
stated.
Yeah, and actually the
Wood
gloves or
goblin's
something?
name wasn't stated either.
He said it out loud.
He did.
He
Oh, that's
referred
right.
to himself in the third
Okay.
person.
Can I get his ears while they're doing this?
Absolutely.
Can
They
I
are
write
they
his-
are larger than normal
Uh-huh.
and definitely disfigured.
And I write his name on them.
in Sharpie?
So
No, in knife. It was specified.
I'd like to
This is
investigate
custom
the glowy pool.
Nice.
See if there's anything scary or threatening about it, because it makes Icky uneasy.
It is it's probably only like 3 or 4 inches of water, and like the glow,
We don't
while
know.
still present, is
Like a ray or something?
it's very low. When you first saw it, it was it basically illuminated the whole room. Now it's very toned down. It's like a single candle's worth of illumination. It's like the pool that was in the onyx bowl outside. It's still kind of moving and rippling of its own accord, even though you feel no wind.
It's the same material.
It's the same kind of thing, although it seems to be on a much bigger scale, and it gives you the same uneasy feeling you felt in the past.
Okay.
Does anybody have any vessels we could take some samples or a sample in?
A sample of which?
The pool, the summoning pool.
I do have a water skin I just emptied. partially
And I
unspecies.
mean, later we can do some scientific testing if we come across some humanoid that's an asshole.
I give you the water skin, and I'm like, I need that back.
Oh, all right. Well, she's gonna give me the water scan. I'm gonna fill it up in the pool.
Okay.
Yeah, be careful.
Fills up.
I'm gonna be
Yes,
not
I'm-
near him while he does the filling in the pool.
I am very careful.
Give me a dexterity check.
Oh, that's sweet.
Or give me a sleight of hand check, actually. Wait, let me rephrase that. Are you trying to do it without touching the water?
Yes.
Then give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay. 10? Wait, no. Is that a 9 or a 6?
That is a 6.
That's a 6. All right, 10.
Ten?
Drops it into the
Nope. You
Which is
kind of
that?
try and hold the skin the best you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 6.
You dunk it in there. You get it mostly filled with water. You do end up like your pinky grazes the water a little bit.
Oh shit.
You pull it out. You manage. You don't feel anything or notice anything, but
You don't
you get
feel
you get
that
a
you're possessed?
you get a just an uneasy feeling just internally. You don't feel anything.
Can I search
from the
Meat's
water.
body?
now that he's obviously going to die, I walk up behind me. Now that you're gonna die, can I have your stuff? I saw that.
You touched it. We got.
So I would
Sorry, man, we gotta
if you
take that
annotate
finger.
your conquest.
Yeah, now that you said no, I'll take my finger. It's too late. It's already traveled up to the rest.
I got
Take
it. You need a
yours.
pen?
Yes, please.
Alright.
Now I gotta
You
take
can
your
keep
hand.
that so we're done. Hang on.
Okay, let me do that then. What was her name, Sean? So they don't.
Nobody. I know it was on her character, but it was never spoken, so nobody
So we
knows
don't
her
know
name.
it.
So you can call
So
her.
when I-
You know her name because it was marked, but your character doesn't.
Right.
She said
I
something
don't-
that we heard though, right?
I don't
Not her name.
need to know her name. I need to know how to mention her to remind you later. Say, I have the head of
Illyrian.
Illyrium.
Illyrium. Got it.
Yep.
Close
The
enough.
name she said as she died was the evil goddess, or god.
Lamashtu.
Lamashtu.
From the
goddess
dreams?
then. Yes.
You had dreams? I had dreams once.
I have never dreamed.
All right,
Huh.
Tarnin,
Yes.
do you think
Yes.
we
Once in a while.
should, like, with this material,
Burn it? Fantastic. How are we going to burn the water?
I was gonna suggest like tainting arrowheads with it.
It's kind of untested. You really want to play with that? Because we don't know what it's going to do. I mean,
Yeah, that's how you learn things that you test. We'll find somebody to test it on. Down the road.
Is he doing this because he dipped his pinky in the thing?
Perception check.
Roll a deception. No.
The water's fine, guys. Jump in.
Alright,
All right. So what?
well, we discussed this last time, but I've forgotten. Are the two pools different materials?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The middle pool was not glowing.
Right.
The water was still giving that uneasy movement.
But now the other one isn't glowing or isn't glowing as much. Are
you
they-
can still tell. Oh, Bill.
What time of day is it, roughly?
It is
We got
early
that.
early afternoon. You guys, you woke up immediately.
Yeah.
You got the note. You went to the glassworks. You fought upstairs. You went downstairs. It's probably, all told, it wouldn't be past 1 or 2 in the afternoon.
This is our third fight of the day.
Grayson, you look like shit.
Not as bad as I looked before. Meat healed me though.
Good job,
Grelda,
mate.
while they do whatever they're doing, Grelda kind of goes
Good to know you can
guard
do that.
her.
Okay.
From time to time.
All right.
Perhaps
So
foolishly
what?
assuming that enemies would come from that direction.
What is?
Would never
What are
happen.
you guys doing?
It's probably afternoonish. We should probably get the flock out of here. No offense, Icky.
Go find a place to rest.
Just
We could
looking
just
around,
sleep
is
here.
there anything else? So
No, Grelda.
That has never bitten us in the ass before.
Give me a perception check. Since you're just looking.
I'll be right back. The snot blower.
Oh, and I noticed this after the battle. Arcane deflection. When you're hit by an attack or you fail a saving throw, you can use a reaction to gain a +2 bonus to AC or +4 bonus to the saving throw. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, motherfucker. I rolled a 1.
God damn it.
I actually have something to save on ones.
Remember that for next time. But is that just like a once a day long rest?
It says one reaction, but it just says. And I also, the downside is I can't use spells other than cantrips on my next turn.
Oh, yeah, you can use that as often as you want. It has that.
Lucky.
It's pretty cool.
That.
Oh, that's why I couldn't find it. It's on the
other side.
I thought you like
perception.
That's why I didn't find it.
Oh,
It's
so
a
what?
card.
What did you find?
I have a trait called Lucky. When you roll a 1 on a d20 for an attack roll, ability check, or save.
Oh yeah, you're a halfling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, halflings automatically get that.
I mean, luckily all I did was
I
pin myself
forgot
to the
about that.
floor, but
What can you do with it?
Once
roll
a day.
again, and I have to take that roll.
Once again, when he rolls a 1, it's a halfling trait. There is a feat, a lucky feat
Yes.
that you can take,
And like
but halflings get it on
anytime. For anyone.
Very
What was that?
So anytime he rolls a 1, like is it?
It's just once a day, right?
Yeah.
It does not say that here, but it just doesn't say it here.
So you just get like advantage
Well,
on ones all the time. That's awesome.
Yeah, I saw a build online where somebody basically tried to build like the luckiest character, and it was a halfling with lucky. They took the lucky feat, and there's something that when you reach like 5th level wizard, you can take something. So basically, they got it to the point where they had like 6 guaranteed rolls a day. They were just trying to make like the kind of bumbling fool who still manages to win.
One of the wizard things that is about like helps you roll, but is it the one where you like see the future or something?
Yes, yes. Yeah, you roll 2 or 3 dice and you set those aside, and for that day you can replace your roll with those.
That's super cool.
Yeah, so you have the lucky where you automatically reroll 1, and then you have the lucky feat where you get like 2 rerolls a day.
Lucky. When you roll a 1 on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can re-roll the die and must use the new roll.
Perception. You don't really notice anything else in the room
Does
that
it say per day or anything?
takes your notice. I mean, nothing above and beyond what you guys had already experienced.
And it's just a wall that goes around by.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. It's just a circular wall around the rest of the room.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing about times in there. It flat out says whenever you roll.
I have read that some DMs take the lucky feat out of the pool of options because it's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
So I have read that some DMs just say lucky is not an option. That's not me, but
Lucky is not an option.
Like when you get to the feat, like when you get to level 4 and you can take a feat, some DMs say like we're not playing with lucky because of how powerful it is. I don't know.
Lucky for him.
Oh, for him. Okay.
Lucky for a feat is 3 a day.
3 a day.
Him, it's any
Any
time
one.
you roll a 1, it just
You roll again.
Unless you roll the second one.
and then it's a 1.
Which is
So
gonna
let's
happen.
say anytime he rolls a 1, technically he rolled a 1 on that second
But you
roll.
have to take the second one.
Anyway,
You just
what are we
keep
doing?
chaining ones.
Gentlefolk, I suggest we head topside and play this
Yeah.
later.
I don't see anything else worth looking at here, so.
Not
if
here,
you're
but
trying to
there's a whole area we haven't. Guys,
I don't know. We need to
guys, come here.
we need to consider. There's
Walk
more
over
to
there.
these catacombs that we haven't explored.
True.
We don't know if there's still danger to the town yet. If we leave, it could offer whatever's down here just enough time to really do some damage.
Okay, so the information we've gathered so far said something about 3 goblin heroes and some kind of mother. True?
We just encountered one of the goblin heroes and killed
We've
him.
cut them in half. I suggest that before we get cut in half, we replenish our mage's ability to destroy things at a distance, his ability to heal things quite efficiently.
I'm pretty worthless right now because I have no spell slots left and I'm still bleeding.
And he's poisoned.
I pull out my healing kit and use that to cover up my other ability and get him 4 more hit points.
Okay. Go ahead and mark that up. Is that a...
Yeah.
Thank you, Sue. Are those temporary or just?
Oh, that's right now. You get them. You are healed by 4.
So we're just Everybody's using Hearthstone? Bubble Hearth?
I don't have it. I don't have it.
Size.
Can you do leatherworking?
Not in this game.
I'm tinkering.
I could make some beer.
All right.
Hell.
You'll drink it. Is that what you meant?
No, he makes beer too now.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, since I haven't
He has advantage. Or he has proficiency.
Oh, my
It's
Drunk-
an advantage on
drunken
beer rolls.
Icky, how strongly do you feel about staying down here to check it out? If we've already cut them in half, I think while we still have advantage, we should take our chance to get out of here, take a rest, check in with the rest of the town. Because yes, we're down here, and yes, we said we were going to be upstairs.
I'm just worried that all it takes is one goblin hero to be able to rally more goblins enough to really overrun the town before we know what's going on.
So, Sanishi looks at you all,
God damn you.
says listen to the fucking bird, and walks down the hall.
She's been listening to Tarnin.
That's true. The commander is saying we should rest. But now
Grelda says, if we met the other two goblin heroes in our current state, I'm not sure some of them would survive.
Sasha.
Okay, I don't
I
want to
feel the same.
Where? Sorry. Depending on whether or not it's where'd you get the 3 goblin heroes from?
I don't know.
The paper,
Yeah.
I think.
Which paper? I'm
The stuff that we
All
got
the
from
stuff
the
that we
body.
got from
Is that something we're not all supposed to do?
Sute or Sakuyo.
No,
Suto.
it was this, we got it in the room where we found his sister.
Yeah.
It was from the
That one
notebook or
mentions
something.
Rip Nugget and then the other one by name. It doesn't mention the one
Brother
we just killed by
Zemus.
name.
Brothazimus. Yeah, there's Brother Zemus and Rip Nugget.
You know, that was an opportunity for you to really just like slam them down, and it's like, "Don't you see?" kind of warrior.
Do you not remember what you said?
Oh no, I remember.
That's the only one I believe that mentions the goblins. I just brought the other two out for, you know.
And then this is I guess the word that she said, Malfeshnikor. Malfeshnikor? Is that what she said when she died?
No, Lamastu.
Lamashtu, yep. Lamashtu is definitely the goddess that's causing some issues.
Well, so this says, it just starts mid-sentence it looks like. Says that once Malfeshnikor's released and under her command, we won't need to worry about being subtle. I hope she's right. Which this is Suto's journal, right?
Yep.
That's why he's drawing naked pictures.
No, he just likes drawing naked pictures. What was that?
No, I'm pretty sure he was perving on the chick.
Oh, he's definitely burned on chick. He wasn't.
We killed one other, didn't we?
Goblin hero?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No? Was the first one we encountered was
Yeah,
this one?
Grelda would
Yeah.
have remembered killing a
Fair
goblin.
enough.
The other concern I have is if more of these forces do amass, we're not in a state where we're going to take more than, at least not much more than what we just encountered.
Yeah, and once, if we did, and we had to,
Personally, you nearly died.
well,
I nearly died.
he
He nearly died.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, that was like that. You're right. That was like 20 minutes ago. Absolutely. I'm sorry. I apologize. That was 20 minutes ago.
Well,
Icky, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but
I'm in agreement. We should get out of here, and we should make sure that the town is still okay.
I'd
We've
rather
been
you
down
survive
here
to
half
see
a
the
day.
next battle and kick some more serious ass.
All right. I'll go along.
If we find a place that seems like a good place to have a long rest, we have seen nothing that resembles that in these catacombs.
Well, there's a door here.
And with the pools dimmed, it's kind of like the
Yeah,
moonlighting
it's
is
right.
kind of
It's
nice.
just nice.
Grella does not wish to sleep in the room.
I'll cuddle up with Sasha just in case.
Use it like a hot tub.
No, not so much. We're moving out. Let's go.
Let's go.
Alright, so where are you going?
Out.
Back the way we
Back
came.
the way we came.
Go.
Stealth out. I got your
Okay.
back. Everyone else follow at about 20 feet.
All right.
I clap Sanichi on the back and tell her she did an amazing job.
Sanishi's way up ahead.
Well,
As we.
everybody's moving. Alright, since you two are leading, give me stealth checks for both of you.
Far for you. Let me do your race just for a second.
Okay.
I'm
Every
his race.
enemy
So I
in the
get to
game
reroll
is now
this.
aware of.
You're the what winner?
I'm his race now. I get to reroll this one.
He's borrowing my race.
Borrowing your ring.
He's appropriating his race.
This is some thievery on a level I've never heard of before.
22.
There's a lot of things you don't know about.
I pickpocket your race.
Yeah, like, can I not roll to appropriate his race?
Oh.
Gotta be a natural 20.
Let Tom Cassidy go.
It's all 18.
Oh, no.
He's doing halfling face.
Oh. Alright, you managed to lead the whole group quietly back out where you came from.
Yeah.
Down. No, it is actually, it's relatively, what'd you roll again?
22.
It's relatively quiet. You managed to go down the long tunnel, back up to the glassworks, walking through.
So now it's mid-afternoon. Have the workers showed up? Are we walking into a storm of people going, what the F?
Nope. There's still nobody else.
Okay.
in
No one's
there.
going, it's a bit more bloody than last time we were here.
Well, if
You're
you
like,
do, if you
"It was with
remember,
the bloke
when
in
you
the glass
when you
bar."
first entered, there were 8
Bodies
to
everywhere,
10
yeah.
dismembered bodies. So,
Bodies.
from what you
And like-
gathered,
Close
the
enough.
workers
Goblins.
were already there.
Son of a bitch.
Some dude cased in glass.
Yeah.
Again?
Daddy
It's
was
not
placed
even
in
Wednesday.
glass.
Oh, it was the guy that was the bastard at the bar,
That's
wasn't
right. We'll never get to pay him back.
Well, it's not like we're in Barovia.
He was the goddamn. He was the one I was thinking of testing the tainted arrows on.
Alright, so you're up in the glassworks.
Yes.
Uh,
Where are you going?
back to the bar.
There were some rooms in the glassworks that we could potentially bar ourselves in and have a long rest and then head back down to the
Well, from what we saw, there was like one closet room.
We can cuddle.
No, there was a long hallway that you saw that the owl saw.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Had
saying.
a couple
we
of doors.
didn't go anywhere else.
No,
What
you-
we saw, there was one closet room that had a door that we could bar ourselves in.
Yes.
But we didn't see any other place.
No.
We could
Grella is
still
literally just mentioning it. She's still going to follow you guys back to town. She's not, trying to argue it.
out into the bar. That's my vote.
Under the bar. All right. As you exit the glassworks, there is 2 or 3 people that are walking by, just staring at you, staring at the glassworks. As you come out, they stop and they look at you. They take a couple steps, look at you again. What happened? You're covered in blood. What's going on?
This is the point where Sanishi yells, "It's cosplay!"
I don't think Sanishi would know what cosplay was.
Grella stamps the ground with Sasha's handle and says, you should see the other guys.
Guys, pulled out the head. No, this is clearly a female head, right?
Oh, and then everyone turns to stone.
You took her.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. The group that's walking by is one elderly gentleman and 2 young women who scream and run the other way at the sight of whatever that was.
Be sure to come to the next archery class to defend yourself.
Actually, are any of them coherent people?
Coherent?
Yeah,
The male is
Well,
not
sexist.
screaming.
Alright, so I'm gonna tell him to go get, who's still alive? Is it the sheriff?
Sheriff is gone.
Sheriff
for
Hemlock
2
went
days.
to Magnamar.
At least 2 more days.
Yeah.
He's gone for at least 2 more days.
So is anybody that's in charge of town that we know is still around and alive?
Or the priest.
Deverin.
No.
Kendra Deverin, the mayor.
Yeah.
The mayor.
We haven't
He was the
really
one that we talked to, that knew me.
She was the one that, yeah. She was the one that you knew, yes.
Okay, so, and she's not at the end, right?
No, she was at the,
Maybe.
So I'm gonna tell the male to go find her and that we just killed Korovis. Go find her, tell her that we killed Korovis, we'll be at the end.
Rusty Dragon.
he looks at you, looks at the head.
Run.
Go, now.
Right. And he turns around and starts walking.
Walking. Sanishi. Motivate him.
She runs up behind him, and with the flat side of her axe, she just whacks him right in the ass, and he hops at the hit, grabs his butt, and starts double timing.
I can't believe that worked.
We're really lucky that she didn't either A, kill him,
She
or
may
B,
have actually
knock him out.
intended. Maybe she rolled low. She actually
This is where you roll low.
This is what happened. Alright, so you make your way back to the through the streets, getting more and more gawkers and more people following you as you walk through the streets. Cause let me.
Maybe the magic portal do the thing.
Bring it.
God help you
I
if
think I
there's
brought
such a
it.
beautiful transition.
I think I brought it.
I want like
Oh,
Akatsuki clouds to like come in and then go away. Ooh.
That's almost cheating.
Illuminate.
Enhance.
Damn it, Anson, it's not enhancing. Enhance again.
Maybe if we both use the same keyboard at the same time.
My absolute favorite hacking thing from anything ever.
Yeah, that just like
That combined with
Move over!
this.
No, there was no move over. There was at one point like arms over the other person's arms.
I thought they were next to each other. One just pushed in.
NCIS doesn't. It gives no shits.
They tried up
There
to
we
a
go.
certain point,
Between these two,
and then it went, nah,
that gives
old
you
people won.
kind of a an angled look at it, and then this if you want to look in more depth.
Top
and detail.
down.
Nice.
Is that the Rusty Dragon?
No, the Rusty Dragon is is that one 37.
Where's the last word?
That is way over here. 20. So you are basically
Walking through town.
You're walking all the way through town, bloody and.
So we're going to like grit in there.
They're admiring how fearsome we are.
So yes, you're like they're whispering behind you as you walk. He's like, you do notice it's more of like in awe. There's worry and there's awe. There's not really concern. And you make it all the way to the Rusty Dragon.
Not met Sanishi yet.
What was that?
Clearly, these people have not met Sanishi yet.
You make it to the Rusty Dragon. You open the
yeah.
doors. You go inside, and it's pretty empty. There's like 2 people in there, but it's relatively empty. And there's somebody still behind the bar, just kind of looking out. And he looks at you, and he runs back to the kitchen.
We are not good for business.
He's going to
Are
get
you
his
kidding?
food.
Look at the troop we just brought in.
He's going to get his food, clearly.
And then he quickly comes out and he points at you guys, and then you see a small halfling woman that you're familiar with a bun on her head. As she walks up. Oh crap! Oh, you guys are back! Oh my goodness! I was so worried when Miko came back and said that what happened. She said you guys kept going down there. I never knew if you would come back alive or not. Oh, so come sit. Oh, look at you. Are you okay? Do you need me to go get you guys some help? Do you need a rest? Do you need something? Do you need food? Food. That's what you need. Food. Sit. Hush. Sit. I will go get you something to eat. Sit. I will be right back. Oh, when Amiko wakes up, she's gonna be so happy to see you. Oh my goodness.
On our payroll.
Thank you, but
And then she disappears. And about 5 minutes later, she comes back with the gentleman who was at the bar, following her, carrying just like as much meat as his hands can carry, dropping it down in front of you. She's putting platters of meats and cheeses and
for anyone else?
then she just spreads out. She's like, drink, eat. Oh my goodness, you must be exhausted. Oh yes.
Bourbon, please.
They don't.
She snaps her fingers and points. Get the good stuff. What are you doing? Put it down. Put it down. There you go, right there. Okay, bring it over. Bring it
There
over.
you go.
And then she puts there's shot glasses in front of each of you, in addition to the meat.
Perfect.
He's like, all right, you eat. Don't worry about anything. All your food is taken care of. When you're done with that, if you need a rest, take it. Otherwise, we will be up in Miko's room. You come find us and tell us what the heck has been going on with you people. And take a bath. You're all filthy. I hope that's not your blood.
Well, not
Some
all
of it.
little of each.
Not all of it.
Do you need me to go get Father Zentus or somebody
He
to
is
help you
welcome.
with some of that stuff?
He is welcome to come. I'm sure his knowledge and some of the things we need to discuss with the mayor when she gets here will be most helpful.
All right, you sit, eat.
Shot.
And then she turns around and you see her whispering to the guy behind the bar.
He's been sipping since it like showed up. He's like, ah.
She's whispering to the guy behind the bar, and he like takes off his smock and runs out.
So, Grelda would like to know what the good stuff smells like.
Oh, wait, where is it? I'll show you.
Oh,
You have a picture of what it smells like?
Well, not of what it smells. Yes, I do. Damn it. Where'd it go?
I'm seeing smells, you guys. This is the good stuff.
You took it right out of my mouth. See? This is the good shit. You are seeing smells.
Icky, however, unaffected yet.
Well, he had mead first. He's got to get that through. Or he had ale and mead first. He's got to get that through his system, and then this will hit.
Oh. I have been there.
It's awesome. Highly recommended if you get a
Alright,
moment.
I
so-
have some kind of drift.
It
Dude,
smells
So,
strong,
There's some
yet
in my house,
it has a sweet
Ooh,
scent to it.
perfect.
Apart.
Grelda drops the shot glass in the mead, kicks the whole thing back.
Easily done.
Oh, wow.
And it is
May I?
delicious. The flavors mix together to make it
there's
very
some,
smooth.
glasses over there.
Perfect.
Delicious.
Another!
Another!
Alright, well, I pour another shot, and I find a tumbler, and forget the shots, forget the mead.
Oh,
I
it's
was
used- oh,
I
no.
was gonna say the second one I actually like savor the tastes and the notes and everything. But yeah.
Savor the
So you take time to drink and eat and just breathe. Think about what you've gone through over the last handful of hours this morning. And finally, you see the doors open, and coming in together, you see Mayor Devrin and Father Xantus kind of whispering to each other as they look at you, and they make their way over to your table. And Mayor Devrin kind of takes the lead.
Clean.
Prestidigitation?
I was told by a very out of his mind old gentleman that you have a weird demon head, I need to see. And
That is
Father
accurate.
Xantus said that Bethana sent somebody saying that you need to speak with us.
Pull the head out of the bag.
we ever?
Can you tell me about this? Why is it in your city?
You do?
What
Well,
in the
I
God's
hold it-
name
Oh,
is
you
that?
do all of us
I
then.
hold it for their inspection.
They both look at it, and you
you
can
a
see
whole bunch of times.
Kendra, Mayor Devrin she has a reprehensive fascination as she looks at it. Like she's getting close and then backs up, and then
You go
Father Xantus leans in and immediately like leans back and he has a very concerned look on his face as he kind of looks it over.
So
Back in the bag.
You want a retro prestidigitate?
Where did that come from?
Guys, would you like to sum this up while I finish this?
It's too long.
it's too long.
You don't need to actually say it. You can just you can just say like you relate to them because I'm not gonna make you
Yeah,
spend
really,
10 minutes
I'm
recounting the
going through
last
the
3
last
seconds.
person underneath and
His own actions
Crazy
come
lady.
across very heroic.
And then we had to kill Suto,
oh yes, that's right.
Twice.
and we
One.
found the body of.
You can see both of their reactions when you mention Pluto. Obviously, being a smaller town, they knew him.
And that we saw multiple different goblin clans working together.
Oh,
And
do you have
that
the
we
notes on
killed
that?
You had already
What?
spoken
The
of
notes on that?
The Goblin clans working together.
Oh yeah, but this is in town.
Oh,
underneath the
in
glass
the last work. What's up?
I yanked
I,
you that.
well, he's giving me that point. I said, girl, you got the notes on that? And she whips that out.
Father Xantus has been kind of leaned back for a little bit, and as you throw those down, he leans in, and then he reaches over and he snatches all 3 of them and like looks through them, and he just stares at him and goes, "But this is not possible. This."
Well, that looks
Wow,
pretty
this
damn
makes
possible.
you really sad. Like,
What was that?
I'm like,
Oh, the music.
yeah.
Why?
Very
It's actually
effective.
pretty cool. It's not sad. It's pretty cool.
No, it makes like
Oh.
Father Xantus' reaction very emotional. This game's emotional.
God.
Have you seen Clone High? For one, you should. It's way up your alley. Basically, it's a high school populated with clones of historical figures. So, like Abraham Lincoln, Joan of Arc, Cleopatra, JFK, Gandhi, Genghis Khan, or Marie Curie, but they're all just clones of these people in high school. And often, when they're like conveying something of meaning, they like
They cut the meaning.
yeah, there's so like at one point Gandhi is like
Sorry, hold on,
diagnosed with
just,
ADD.
No worries.
He says ADD.
just to make sure I am consistent.
So just that reminded me of
Father
is
Zimmer
amazing.
says, "Are these
What words are these?
He
This
rolled
paper
really
feels
low
heavier
on
than
his
this
check for failure. He hasn't had as much tonight as we've had.
Alright,
Carl
Father,
stabs a sandwich.
Father Zentis is looking at the pages, and he throws them down and he points to the drawing. This... Are you sure that these are from Suto?
Oh
Are you
yeah.
sure that
Well, I
these,
didn't exactly
are you
want
sure that
him
these
like
are...
those.
Are these
But-
right?
Yes.
Yes, those are right.
She died 5 years ago in the fire that claimed the town. This can't be right.
No,
Something's
that's right.
something's wrong. Something's
What do you
wrong.
think? Does that look real to you? Because this is kind of weird to me. Does this look real to you?
Oh, I thought you were just taking the gun.
Not the gun show, no. I take the head, I take the head
Does
off.
this look real
Does
to
this
you?
look real to you? No.
What are you gonna do, brother?
I would have pointed to Sanishi. Does that look real to you? Right over there.
Let me tell you something, brother. What did you say to me? I can't hear you.
No, I take the head out.
Whoa,
And ask-
whoa, whoa.
Easy, Grelda, not that head.
Just that.
By the way, did you get done with that research we asked you about?
Grelda says, no, that's definitely New Orleans.
But
I used the name to throw him off guard. That's about as clever as Grelda gets.
that is.
She's
What
a
if-
little bit straight.
But if she's alive, did she?
Look,
is she responsible? But Father told me, and he just leans. He like sits down
Oh yeah, we
in
got
a chair.
messages about Father Tobin too.
He Tobin anymore.
Father Tobin was the
And
previous.
his
Father Tobin was.
his remains were used to help with the demoning of the lady.
So, Nualia is responsible for taking. She's alive. And she took Father Tobin's remains.
I think
Well-
technically she hired some goblins to do it.
She's not really alive anymore.
Good sandwich?
Nualia?
Did we just chop her?
No, it's two different people.
Yeah, no, I
It was later.
yeah.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, you know it wasn't Nualia. Because of the descriptions you had of Nualia.
Also, I dreamed about Nualia. She was way hotter than that lady.
But it's factually correct.
Does the father say that?
he takes his hand up and goes, yeah, shoot.
We're technically correct.
He's like, I mean, did you see these drawings?
From a completely objective standpoint.
So take any creep back.
If we look, take all of the component pieces. She's very well balanced. With the eyes.
That's great. She has eyes on either side of her face. Otherwise, she'd be a Picasso, right? Okay.
So then he's kind of like he's internally thinking he's not paying attention to the conversation anymore, and Mayor Devon leans in. So how much of this underground did you go through?
I'm guessing maybe a fourth.
Is that a euphemism?
I mean, we didn't go through all of it, so we don't know how
Yeah,
much of it we
yeah.
missed.
There could be more.
I'm
Oh,
sure
there-
there's
There
more.
certainly
more.
is more.
But I'm not allowed. I'm letting my team die just because we haven't had a chance to go down there and explore it all. I need you to put some guards on that for 8 hours, 9 hours. Get some rest.
8 to.
Well,
Is
and
anyone
I'm asking,
gonna
but
get a
I'm
little?
Oh.
in character asking.
Throw some.
it would not.
Can somebody want to get a little?
It
It
was
wasn't an offer. It was a query.
Wait, what?
Never mind. Nothing.
Maybe you don't have to do that research. We'll just figure it out myself.
We also followed a portion of it until it came out to the next to the shore. So
I carved a big dick in this.
she did. She carved a big dick so that people would know.
So there's a tunnel that leads to the shore.
Yep.
With a dick.
Right. She's not an artist though, so it's not an attractive
I
dick.
don't know. It's pretty impressive to me.
I'm just saying.
It was clear that you took care of it with a single stroke.
We've seen a lot better ones.
I've seen some dicks in my day.
You try carving into pure rock with a hand axe.
It was pretty impressive.
It was a mediocre dick. No.
So we know
meaty.
Meaty. Ochre.
That's carved in stone. We need stone guns, not wood.
Thank you, good night!
Isn't ochre a colored pun?
Yes. Meaty and ochre. Should probably see a doctor for that.
It's not supposed to be orange.
Tobin, can you just look?
So Mayor Devrin looks at you. And I can put 2 guards at each entrance while you rest. But we don't have the manpower. That's why the sheriff left. We're
I understand
very
you're
short.
short on manpower. Got that. But according to what we're seeing, they're planning on using these tunnels, right? So let's redouble the effort. At least 4 guards on there, and maybe a runner, so that if some shit does come up the tunnel, they can get a hold of us.
There are 3 entrances. I can put 3
Honestly,
guards at each entrance and 2 runners.
Good.
I only have
We need-
11 guards
we need-
left.
That's, and I want to make sure that you keep 11 guards. But I'm not sending my team back down there until we've had a chance to rest and prepare.
Honestly, I don't think they should
9
be
hours.
guards. I think they should just be runners. We're gonna need.
That's a good point.
I can tell you that if what you've shown me is down there, my
Well,
men
she's not
won't.
anymore.
If there's anything even remotely like her down there, my men will be able to give warning, but I will
Delaying.
not expect them to fight.
No,
Yes,
I want
these
them to
things.
provide delaying tactics. I want them to throw a few things and run. I want to distract them so the runners have time to get us. That's my intent. I do not expect them to lay down their lives. I don't want them to lay down their lives. I want them to delay as much as possible and have the runners get to us if something comes up in the next 9 hours.
Get the rest you can.
I've heard you can take a handful of ball bearings, put them at their feet, and sometimes they will slide hilariously.
Do you have any?
Not sure if that's
banana
going to work
peels?
on sand, but I can tell them to try it.
Not some,
Are there no bananas?
Also, the sheriff also offered us a pretty low sum. We were expecting goblins. This goes a little bit beyond goblins. Yes?
Yeah.
Assuming we
Better than
keep
the
this
gypsy.
town safe, I'm hoping you will take that into consideration. That was a paltry sum offered.
Give me a persuasion check.
13 plus persuasion, 19.
19?
Yeah.
She looks at you, considers it for a moment. If you can guarantee me that whatever is down there is cleared, I can promise you that the sum the sheriff offered will be substantially increased.
We will clear it to the best of our ability and understanding. Again, that's why. And I look over to Father Tobin. No, Father,
Xanthus. Tobin was the previous
yes. I look over to Father Xanthus. He may have to go down after we've cleared it out to make sure that we didn't miss anything because we don't have anyone else back. He'll have more knowledge of whether or not it's clear to this type of creature than I will, or the rest of my team.
one. And then looks at you like,
Not right now. After I've had a chance. We've had a chance to clear.
I can try. He just
Well, now
he
you have
still
your
still
hands
looks
up.
very shaken.
Listen, this is shocking
Girl
for
hands in
everybody.
the shot glass.
Tarn and pours.
Thank you, my child, but I don't imbibe.
All right. Well, Tarn and pours. Takes it from you before you drink it. We need you to do a reaction check,
No.
and hands it to the mayor.
She looks at you.
You succeed, but I give you a look.
She looks at both of you. This is not how how I expected this festival to go. Puts it down. Let me know when you've had the rest you need. She gets up and walks out.
Okay.
Do we know why he's shaken? Or so shaken?
I asked Father Xanthus,
What'd you do?
you said this, you said this shouldn't be possible. I asked him what shouldn't be possible.
Nualia, she died in the fire. She was, Father Tobin was her adopted father. She loved him. Why? We were all so heartbroken when she died. And these journal, she's a part demon. She's responsible. This doesn't make sense. I know she was a bit of an outcast. Father Tobin kept her in the church to make sure people didn't bother her, but she never showed anything like this.
Father, do you
We
still
know she's
think
part
it's
demon.
still her? Or is it something else?
Isn't she like a succubus or
She
something?
was undergoing a demonic.
Or is that different?
Is that in the
Does the
notes, or-
name Malfeshnikor mean anything to Father Xanthus?
Not heard this name before.
And what about Lamasht? I think that's it.
I'm sorry. Are these associates of Nualia's?
Is there someone nearby that might know? Is there anybody that's still alive from when the town burned?
Most of the town is still alive. It happened 5 years ago. Thankfully, Nualia and Father Tobin were the only ones who died. They burned in the church.
Nobody else was a part of it?
Or the bodies ever recovered?
The body of Father Tobin was recovered. We never found anything of Nualia. We just assumed her body was burned.
Did you know anything about Nualia's past? Her mother specifically?
Are you asking?
Yes.
I only know that Father Tobin adopted her as a small child.
Have you met any other women with silver hair and violet eyes?
Nobody in town has ever.
She was hot!
Nobody in town has ever met anybody like Nualia. That's why the townsfolk treated her the way they did.
Where did she come from?
Where'd you go?
Father Tobin came back with her one day.
Back from where?
We don't know. All he would tell us is that she was his ward and he was her father. That's all she would say.
Did Tobin leave any books?
There was nothing left after the fire. The entire chapel, as it was, burned to the ground.
No spirit guide. Tobin spirit guide? No. Did you get it? I don't even know what the fuck happened, but what was fun?
Nothing, keep going.
Alright.
You're doing an excellent thing in character. We really appreciate your efforts.
Yes,
I'm sorry. I'm trying.
It's
Nate's fault.
Definitely.
It is definitely Nate's fault. Oh my god.
Where did she come from?
Oh, to go on Cotton Eye Joe?
Alright, well, Geralda has some more sheets of paper to inquire if there are any other things she should remember.
Geralda, do you need anything before you rest?
Query to the DM. Long rest, how do we reacquire health points? Do they magically just...
Long rest, your HP on anything goes up, and you recover half your spent hit dice.
How long would it take me to get from here to my good buddy the Goblin Fella?
5 to 7 minute walk.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Is there anybody else in town that's worth visiting? And do I know Goblin Ear Fellow?
No,
No.
Okay.
Look, he's
You
not
can't
Goblin.
tell me no.
You're not the god.
So,
Well, actually, I don't know. He does decorate the outside of his stable with goblin ears. Although
You
people
would
might
actually-
be aware of him.
You come into town enough, you would know of him.
So Icky has been
One cool cat.
like he hasn't really had time to process this and express his interest, but he's interested in knowing more about the bands that we took off of Suto, just because the guy seemed to be a monk of some level of talent, and if that was something that we took off of him,
remind me of those two already? Or no?
I don't think that you actually like we
I don't
talked about
believe
doing
you talked about
the
it, but you
dagger
didn't get
from
them
the
all.
demon chick.
But I am interested in learning
It's just
more
a
about
green
them
iron
and seeing if
dagger.
there's
Oh, was it?
All right. When
Okay.
it comes to items,
That one
if
came
you
from
spend an hour
the goblin.
focusing and paying attention to them, you can. If it's a magic item, you can figure out its properties, but you have to spend an hour.
Alright, if we are going to break for rest, I would like to spend an hour doing that and then take my rest.
Is there someone
I give him
to
the-
I invite you with me to
like
go.
appraise the
Sounds
rings and the dagger that he got? Somebody in town that we should visit?
Oh, they were a thing.
They were a thing.
Yeah, I've been waiting for somebody to take the time to figure out what they were for the last 3 sessions.
Why, I know, well, we weren't going to sit there and
Well,
take an
we're
hour
trying.
to do it, though.
Yeah.
We could have, but it would have been silly.
We
I've
couldn't
been
even
invited to
argue
go with
without
Zelda.
these
I'm going with
attacking.
her.
Alright, this was the Goblin Squash Stables.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Huh.
What did they say?
2 AC.
Before we walk out the door with their gentlemen, you need anything?
I could replenish arrows. I'm missing a couple. And
Shaw's butt. I didn't even ask about those.
yeah.
What do I need?
I tried to remind you, but I didn't want to do it too loud because the sound of the pigeons in my head was overwhelming.
Oh well.
Your
pigeons
Find
in your
Familiar
head?
spell should say
Bats in your belfry.
Metagaming pigeons.
metagaming pigeons.
One day I'll remember that. Oh well. This is why I don't name them.
Oh, and somebody to maybe check on the wine skin of bubbling ick that I have, which I assume is still moving inside the skin of wine.
Alright.
Hillbug Pantry might be interested in such a thing.
Exactly.
Are you? Well, you
You're
can't
not
really
gonna
see
tell me.
inside of it.
Alright. Last thing I say to the
You
gentleman
can
as
feel it.
we're leaving is
Well, you can't feel any movement.
Oh.
9 hours back here.
Fondling it.
Travels.
He was.
I told.
Follow-
When you,
Definitely don't
Following
want
the
that
leather
back.
If you had a
sack
leather
to see if
sack
you could feel
full of-
anything moving.
yeah. I
Yeah.
totally would.
Hey,
It's
bro.
like what's that stuff from
One,
when we were kids?
2, 3. Okay, we're good here.
They,
Alright.
like, got rid of it because it's stuck in everything.
Lumps.
Alright, so what is all happening again? You're looking at what requirements are. It should be the Find Familiar spell. It should say.
Gack.
No, I'm looking for how much money I have. And
Oh, okay.
That's
I think isn't it 10 gold to do
It is 10 gold.
Because I don't think we have
Is
that.
it 10 gold?
It's 10 gold.
Although if we get
So
paid
I'll
for
have to
previous
go
days'
over.
work, we might. But I don't think anybody
it's-
else.
As of right now, I
Right now
don't
it's
know if you have 10
fairly
gold.
substantial because we don't have
Mhm.
had a payday.
Mm.
But once we've had a
And we
payday, it
bought
won't be a
a
big
health
deal.
potion, so.
Do you
Alright.
need some, Geisen?
I mean, if we don't have the money right now, I can wait.
So is there somebody in town that can like
Or is it?
tell us about any of this shit?
Are you asking the DM?
I'm asking the who's left? Was it the mayor?
Well,
Somebody
The
left.
mayor left. Father's
we were
interest
gonna
was
go
sitting there.
look
They're getting up and leaving.
Yeah, but we're going to sell things.
Geisen? This
Yeah,
is
but
a
I've got a
loan.
skin of
Geisen,
Oh wait, no, I actually do
bubbling,
have.
moving ick. It's gonna be somebody more than just the general store owner that I should take
Yeah,
this to.
no, the
right?
Hillbug Pantry. We're heading there because he bought a head office last time.
All right, I'll go with them.
Nice.
Severed heads are a little harder to.
I have a note that I have 18 gold and
Oh, okay.
Okay. If you don't need a loan, I'm not going to give you the loan.
where that came
I
from.
don't have any notes about. Oh wait, maybe the other
I
ones.
remember getting money from something.
Yeah, we got paid after.
Oh. Grelda didn't get paid yet.
Nobody's been paid for
I
any
don't think it was
services
paid.
yet.
I think we found money.
You, you
That's
found
right, that's
money on
right.
some of the goblins you've
That's
killed so
right.
far.
Yes.
But I don't see the note.
It would have been personal funds that I still hadn't spent that I was going to loan him. But if he's got money,
Yeah.
Alright, where are you going first?
well, which one's closer, your guy or Pillbug?
Goblin Squash is 38. Pillbug's Pantry, I think, would be closer.
Yep.
'Cause Goblin Squash is going to be like all. I think that's all the way
All
towards
up in
the
here.
top.
Not up in here.
Up in here, up in here.
Slenderman. Father's Angus.
Is there a fireplace in
There is in the common room.
Oh, good.
There is
Always
a,
out. Drop it.
kind of a
10
large
bucks.
fireplace.
I just sit down by the fireplace.
Alright, Hickey, what do you do? The 3 of them are leaving, just so I know what they is there. The 3 of them are leaving to go sell and do stuff.
Stuffy stuff.
Geisen gets up and makes his way towards the fireplace.
we're still at the bar/inn.
Yes, still the roasting iron.
About what time of day is it? Like
Right now, it'll probably be about 2, 3 in the
Time to the
afternoon.
sundial.
I cut him.
Cut him?
Cut him like
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh, roll an attack then, Dan.
no. I was gonna say, if we're gonna do that, it is.
I yell no, and suddenly these orange and black wings of flame swoop up from the ground, grab a hold of him, and hellish rebuke his ass.
There we go. That's about the time.
Wait, does he even notice it? Because it's pretty much the same color as his wings.
I think it was still.
The flame part. The burning sensation.
Well, I don't believe I acquired anything of note during our expeditions, so I think
You
I'm just
have
gonna.
a
You
coin
have
that's
the-
probably no longer glowing.
You have like the crazy bracers that.
Right. I
You'll have to have that on D&D Beyond.
Yes, I investigated those, and that's my next. Like, I'm
Are
gonna
they
go in
magical
there.
or anything, or just?
I get +2 to AC.
As long as he's not wearing armor.
Who checked that out for you?
He did. To figure out what a magical item, what the properties are, you have to spend an hour with it. So that's what you're doing. While they're doing this, you would be.
an hour with these bracelets.
Yes.
I know.
If you have a magical item, spending an hour examining it, testing it, you can figure out what it is and what its properties are and how to use it.
Yeah, so I will.
So actually, that's what. While they're doing that, if you're going to take an hour to do that, probably find a spot in the bar and just
then that's what
just
I
go
will.
beak deep into this thing and figure out what.
I will keep sipping on ales and investigating my bracers, and then
Alright, then
once we
Geisen
know what they are,
is-
try them on, get them all set up right.
Geisen goes and hangs out. There's a couple of large chairs next to the fireplace. You see Geisen sitting and just kind of pondering to himself. Basically. And then the three of you are off.
Oliver, are you home?
Door is open.
Well, of course, I walk in, but I'm still not.
No. Oh.
Oliver, you about?
What's the reason of walking?
Yeah, you see him just standing behind the counter,
What are we?
just
farming?
leaning on one elbow on the counter, just kind of sipping. I'm always here. What else would I have to do?
You're a weird little fucker, aren't you?
I pull the head out of the bag.
Some have said
We brought you a present.
that is odd.
Do you have a
Where did
towel,
you?
a piece of something that can set this on your counter with?
Hold on a moment. He goes in the back room and comes back with a couple of like sacks. Kind of puts them down.
I set it as close to inside it as I can for him.
That's. I believe there's a story behind this. What
I
would
love
that
coming to
be?
you. Tell me the story, if you would.
No,
He was asking.
There must be a story behind this.
This
This
is for the
isn't
sake of
something you
brevity.
find in your grandmother's house.
For the sake of well, actually, it would be the cellar. And for the sake of brevity, I regurgitate the last 12 hours.
He listens
Wait,
and
hold on. Do you do it with flair?
Yes, I regurgitate with flair.
he listens intently as he's sipping on a little glass of water, or clear liquid, I should say.
It's not water.
It's totally not embalming
Yeah.
fluid.
And he listens. Things have been much more interesting in town since we all decided to stop it.
It's
That
not
I
my fault. I
will
just
say.
wanted a simple meeting, and this happened.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Grandma. I actually pat her gently on the shoulder.
And I transfer the pet to Sasha.
And Sasha.
So why did you bring this?
Because you often have insight and knowledge that I do not have. And as this is still your neutral town for the moment, what can you tell me about this, or who may be interested in this?
I didn't tell you that I haven't the slightest idea what this thing might be. As for who might be interested in it,
Damn it! There's a sack of bubbling water, and I described the water. You should have brought that for you to play with.
I've got
he
it.
has
Oh, you're with? I forgot. Forgot about that.
Yeah, I called him a weird fucker when we came in the door.
Yeah.
He gets that a lot.
That's
However,
what he said.
I need some vials. I bring fluids to you to play with and explore properties and transmissive ideas. Can you just hand me a set of vials to collect these things for you?
His eyebrow raises as he puts like a set of. There's a wooden set or wooden stand with the 4 vials in it. He kind of sets in front of you as he looks at you inquisitively.
So is this where you're going to uncork the thing?
Grolda like pauses and it's like, this is evil water. Like that's like some profound thing.
I'm guessing this is sort of an unspoken thing
Oh,
between
thank
us,
you.
like we know where you're.
And then they're like, all right, I warned you guys. My job's done.
All right, so I'm gonna uncork the wineskin and fill one of the vials.
Damn it, I was going to use that for samples later. Oh well. 3 vials.
I'm pretty
He looks
sure
at-
he'll
he
give
looks
you
at the
another one
water,
once he sees what this is.
And as you pour it out, it pours in there, and it just looks like water.
Motherfucker.
He looks at it. He goes, "Evil water."
Very evil.
He
I have
He,
been
he
assured-
leans in. He takes it. He smells it. He points to the head. I'll take your word for it. Evil water it is.
So this is when we tell him, because you've already told him the story, right?
Yeah.
And does he know that she was this thing? I'm gonna put my arm on the head and be like, this thing was summoning creatures out of that
Is
stuff.
he on a stool to do this?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you
I
would
could
have
only
to-
do that if it was on the floor, huh?
Yeah.
I'm like standing on a
You would
chair.
need to like climb up on the
wait.
bar stool.
No.
and
Yeah.
The other arm he's using to hold himself up, like.
push
"Brr."
this thing right
Very
here.
casual. Feet like 3 feet
And
off the floor.
His face starts turning red.
Veins pop out.
Basically like a Muppet.
Nope, don't help.
Oh. Did you roll high or low for that?
I'm sorry?
Do I have to attune
Could have
this?
gone either way.
Yes. That means
Don't
you
help.
spend that hour with it. And it basically bonds a magical item to you.
Okay.
That you can only have 3 magical items
Yep.
attuned. So if you have 3 attuned items and you find another one, you would have to
Okay,
unattune one.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
nice.
agree. Like the UI handles that beautifully,
You don't have
but
to
there's
do both.
nothing additional I need to do. Like
No, it's
in-game
just spending an
to-
hour with it.
Okay.
One of the caveats of that is if it is a cursed item and you attune it, you're
You're
stuck with
screwed.
whatever the curse is.
Yeah.
So that's just that's part of the attunement process.
Unless we cut it off.
All right, well,
Well, it depends on what it is.
Yeah, like a choker.
Oh, right.
Probably have to find another way.
cool. Boop, boop. Because I was trying to figure, it's like, why this isn't adding the 2 to my AC. Then I found the attunement thing. It's like, oh, that's what does
Oh.
it. So I wanted to
So
make
your
sure.
AC's like 17?
18.
18?
Val, are you the tank now?
Yeah.
If he does,
I'm the tank now.
especially if you do the uncanny dodge.
I am the tank.
Squack! It was
I am
very
not the
impressive.
tank.
Oh, mother God.
Yeah, no, I
get punchy.
What?
My back still hurts from.
Oh.
I made the mistake of using this arm to take my head off. It's weird.
Oliver, do you have any interest in this head?
I always appreciate the things you bring me, and I can take it off your hands if you want, but it will end up in my pyre in the back.
You have no desire to just remember it.
Apparently, he's full up on demon heads.
It happens.
Sometimes your inventory gets full of stuff, man. You don't need more.
I don't understand the words you just said.
It's not more axes. It's like
Thank you.
like,
Yeah.
like if you had too much
I like to create
dirt.
interesting
Dwarves don't want like dirt.
Oh,
It's
no.
like if you had too much dirt.
but
I re-described the black stuff from the other things. I said that's what
But
I really wanted to
I-
bring you, but I didn't.
I like to make interesting potions, but I tend to draw the line when it comes to weird, freaky demon arcana things.
Grelda leans in.
I was really hoping you were going to use the term.
He looks at you. He picks up the water. Evil.
Grelda likes him a lot.
plan? The vial to replace the one that he used to fill it with.
And I thought you were proper weird. Why don't you just pour that out? It's just evil water.
Right, but it might take.
Are
the rest
you-
from there.
Are you looking to buy these vials?
Yes. I was going to trade them for the head, but you're not interested in the head as enough for the vials.
Demons ought to be rare, right? A demon head. Like, you know what we should do?
Well, I would think
We should
so.
burn all the flesh off of it and keep the skull in case the skull's worth something.
And then
be
start
valuable
rubbing the skull
someday.
in every piece of ash you find.
Oh, yes.
No.
The skull's time has passed. We need new things.
Now we're
I'm
all
trying,
about
Sean.
claw.
This is as much as I'm going to give you.
Alright, so.
Are you looking for the going rate on a severed head?
No.
No, I'm looking for vials. Let's see. Roll a d20 for me really quick. Actually, roll a persuasion check.
Yeah.
Are they typically just made of glass?
The vials?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because what if they were made of something disgusting?
Persuasion, you say?
No,
Yes.
they're
14.
plastic.
What if
14?
they could be,
Yeah.
instead of being made
I
of
can-
glass, if they were made
I
of
can
something
give you these
disgusting?
vials for
Like what?
7 silver pieces apiece.
And they'd be vials. I had to say it, otherwise he was going to keep going. It just had to be.
Stop! Damn it! Character lost.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
there
gonna
it
drag
is.
out
No,
forever.
it's gone. And,
On that note,
fair trade for the head.
It's a good note, didn't it?
4 vials.
There it is.
I
Oh, the
can
corners
give you
themselves.
1 for the head. I'm going to use a stick to push it in the bag and burn it as soon as I can.
Push.
I can take it off your hands for one of the last vials, but to be honest,
I kind of want to keep the head.
as the dwarf said, evil.
I
Thank
give
you.
her the evil head. Can I have a gold for that?
It's just boop, right?
It was a gift for a
Maybe,
friend.
maybe your goblin ear person would like
Did it work?
We can ask him.
Grandma.
Hey, we can
Help
always
me.
ask him.
I give you the head back.
Very well.
Spell slots or something.
Oh yeah, and your hit points aren't maxed.
The head that was worth something,
Confirmed.
I used to save you,
Oh, that's
to
what's
help
going on.
you.
I thought it was
Yes?
just a countdown.
Yeah.
Buy a potion that can be used for anyone on the team, yes. I still have it. It's safe. I wrapped it in my old socks.
Oh cool, I even got a little pop-up that relevant abilities have been reset.
Yeah, that was neat.
They're thick and woolen.
This is awesome.
It really is great stuff.
Apparently, like Sean
If you
and I have
insult
been talking
your
about,
guy and
apparently
give
they
me
have
half.
some really neat
Deal.
plugins to use with
If he doesn't want it, can I just keep
Twitch.tv.
it?
So if you're like streaming
Yes.
on it, you can like add
But you do
D&D
need
Beyond
at least try
plugins
it,
to
so
like
I will try.
have like so if you're live streaming, people can like look at your character sheets and shit.
Funds,
That's
we need to
awesome.
find a way to build them up, so that we can buy such things as potions and I imagine at some point.
You know,
spell
one thing that would be
components,
kind of
I
neat
imagine
to
at some
have
point,
is like to be
fancy
able to like
bowls that
preview a
fit your
level up.
size.
It would be nice to be able to plan your
Just
character
saying.
because I mean, like I
If
have
I'm really
my
looking
character
chance
kind of
for
like
Sasha.
planned a little bit
Mhm.
because just like going through
But that's not
like all right, well here's what
now
I get
it's
this level, here's what I get at
far
this level.
level.
To be able to like kind of navigate through what your character's like potential
continue
tree
with
would
The
be.
man we would speak to
Be nice.
is unavailable.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, pretty much after every time that we play, I kind of research mine a little bit to see if there's shit that I forgot or whatever. And there's always little things like at level 7 you get this, or at level 5 you get this. And I don't remember it, so it would be
Yeah.
neat to have something that's like.
Oh, absolutely. That would be handy.
But
But
Sean
like
would.
Did someone
the
say
chart in
handsy?
the player guide that tells you at what level you get things?
Yes.
Well, yeah, but it just like to be able to like in D&D Beyond, be able to build out what you're going, like what you
Gotcha.
To
want.
make those decisions, so
Yeah.
like 10 levels ahead, you've already got your stuff planned out.
I use a pencil for that.
Yeah, so that's do I.
Right. No, like, and I have it worked out as well. Just it would
Oh,
be
he's
a
back,
neat,
he's back, he's
it would
back.
be a neat feature for the app.
You mean the actual like Android app?
Well, just
or
D&D
the
Beyond.
webs like D&D Beyond, like logging into the website, being able to like build out
You
your.
should be able to. Should be able to level up your character.
No, I
Yeah,
mean,
but you don't actually
like,
get
but
to
like,
build
like,
them out.
say like here are the things that I want to choose for each level, but I'm not at those levels
Oh,
yet.
you mean like pre-select them?
Then if you die early, you can cry real tears.
Yes.
Be like, here's how good my character was supposed to be.
What if your character was an alligator?
You were gonna say something to
Yes, I was.
segue. 2 wheels scooter, right back into that.
I have nothing else for actually, I look around the store. Do you have anything Rolda might be interested in?
You see, it's a relatively thin store. It's just long. It's got wooden shelves on both sides with various plants, medicinal herbs,
Well, actually,
vials.
can I sniff some of the herbs?
You
Discreetly
can-
as a dwarf can. Can I reach them? Are they too tall?
You can reach half of them.
All right.
I just imagine her going like,
Oh! 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 What is that I wanted?
That's ridiculous.
You can
That's kind of what
absolutely.
happens. I'm not gonna lie.
You can sniff.
Do I
Can I
notice
talk
any?
him down to 2 gold, 5 silver instead of 2 gold, 8 silver?
What'd you roll for persuasion?
14.
Yeah, you can do 2 gold, 5 silver for 4.
Thank you.
Okay, so does Relda notice any that are particularly pungent, sharp, or sweet that she would not be familiar with already?
Pungent, yes. Sharp and sweet, not so much. They're very
Like
they're herbs
pungent,
with a purpose. They're medicinal herbs or for making specific potions. So, which I'm assuming you're looking for something from more of a brewing.
Indeed.
Not
Okay.
really what you would
Because he might have
would
some
find
stuff she's
here.
not, but she would like
She
something
would-
weird.
Oh,
She
not that.
would
No, don't drink that.
She would be vaguely familiar with a couple of the herbs as for making healing potions. They're ingredients in it, but there'd be nothing that you would either feel interested in or safe
Okay.
adding to it.
Yeah.
And she compliments him on the health of his plants.
I do love my friends, and they love me.
The fact that you're blinking like at different rates is really throwing me for a loop here.
Hey, Blinken.
Hey, Blinken.
I've been called weird. I've
Precisely.
been called weird by your own party.
Okay.
It's fairly good description.
Okay. I got nothing else to
It wasn't meant derogatory.
And I didn't take it as such.
how did you take it?
Oh.
You're not there.
You're
Noting that I'm not here. It's the ghost of Mickey.
How'd you take it?
Can he talk to birds?
Yes.
He can talk to himself.
Could be useful.
Yes.
Just now imagine Icky like walking and there's like some like
Anything else?
So I was like, how'd you take it? Like,
Okay.
yeah,
I think.
it's like a little low key high five to the bird.
Bird five.
And off we go.
Alright.
Goblin squash stables.
Which is 38, which
Oh,
is way at the top.
I would like to, just outside the door, pour out the skin. Like, just outside the guy's door. Because we're going to remember that we've been here. And if there's, like, something fucky that happens here, it'll be noticeable.
I will be out of a large business transaction, and I will have to string you up.
It's just outside the door. I didn't pour it on his herbs or anything. I thought about it, but I didn't. And then I'm going to give her the skin back.
No, no.
You want it? Alright, I'm going to keep the possibly tainted skin.
Alright, so you guys are on your way to the Goblin Squash
The
stables.
skin thing.
I would say you two.
I mean, the tainted skin.
Yes.
How long has it been?
30 minutes?
Probably about a half hour, yeah.
So I'm still drinking and studying my bracers.
You poke it every once in a while?
Alright, so
You
make it to the
really
Goblin
polish
Squash
the shit
stables.
out of him.
The two of you have not been there yet. I don't believe.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
have
you got
arms and wings?
I know you
I
had.
have, yeah.
Did
That's
I know?
fine.
Did you take them?
No, I didn't, no.
I think we went with him while she was gone.
Not to the goblins.
Not to the Goblin Squash
To
stables.
the ear
Your
guy.
place. Your guy.
Went to the
Yeah, because he sold ears at one point. Like one of the first times I was here. He sold ears.
When you were.
I don't
Have you
remember.
not been here for a session?
I-
Yeah, she was gone for one
One
session.
session.
Yep.
And that's
Oh,
the one
okay.
session.
Alright,
She
sure.
was gone on guild business.
Yeah, actually, that was the
Oh,
time
that's
she was
right.
gone.
You wrote the note. That's
Yeah.
right.
And then this
She
orc
came
found
running.
me and followed me home.
Because I think that was the last thing we
decided
did
to keep
before we
it?
went to the
No.
Indian camp for the night.
I think you might be right. And then everybody had the dreams.
I don't know about
Right.
I
that.
think that might be right. Alright, so you make your way to the Goblin's Crush stables, doors, as usual, wide open. You see the sign on the top of the horse trampling on the goblin. Inside, there's a couple of horses, maybe a couple less than last time, but there's a couple of horses, and once again, Hosk is about halfway in. There's about 5 to 6 on each side. He's sweeping some hay into the side.
Grelda pauses before actually passing into, stares up at the, like, lintel? Is that a word? Lintel?
Lintel is a word.
Yeah.
Lintel is a word, but I don't think it...
Okay,
I
the
don't think
space
it
above
means
the
what you think it
doorway.
means.
You keep on using this word.
Anyway.
And she shouts out, Aaron! Have you considered redecorating?
He pauses, doesn't even look up. Why in the hell would I want to redecorate?
This is the first time he said an accent to me. Like,
I'm trying to hate.
I don't think you can do it while Grelda's
I probably
can't.
can't. Very Scottish accent. Why the hell would I want to change it? It's been that way since I bought the damn place.
Bought it covered in goblin ears? Like, Grelda completely loses the thread of what she's saying.
Only added to it. It's beautiful, beautiful artwork. She'll never come down unless the place burns.
Would you like to add?
Foreshadowing!
Grelda,
Always add. You should know.
Yep.
I will always pay for goblin ears. The less goblins there are in the world, the better.
Well, there's a few less.
Did you keep the head? Cut the ears off of it.
So, you either stopping to talk because you love my melodic voice, or you've got something for me.
can't it be both?
No, I can't. I like your style, lass, but you can't pull one over on me.
I was just thinking, you've got such a beautiful array, and this space right here. You need something real special. Today, we killed a lot of goblins.
I like what I'm hearing so far.
But I only brought you one pair,
I'm liking it less.
and I, like all like.
With the
if I can do anime sparkles, I do. And then here are my severed ears with the name inscribed upon them. They're clearly larger and fancier than the average goblin ear.
Picks up the broom, turns it over, kind of pokes out a little bit. Sure, those are fucking goblin ears. It looks like any fucking goblin ears I've seen before.
Read the name.
No.
Oh, would
You
I
be
lie
shitting
to
me.
you?
No, bullshit.
I
I
kind
don't
of
fucking believe it.
with my knee. I subtly bump him, and he just kind of.
The girl that cannot not grin. She is just so happy to be here with you in this moment. And these ears.
Picks them up.
True story. There she was.
Picks up both of them. Nah. I don't know what you did to the fucker before you killed him to make him look so fucking weird, but these are beauts. These have a special place.
Oh.
I'm imagining some sort of like deer antler display.
On the inside.
He's just gonna make
Right
like,
over the mantle.
Yeah. He,
Oh, God.
so, these are a bit out of the norm. I'm making an assumption we would like a little more than the normal payment for these.
I must say, I might not have been able to kill him on my own. With my companions here, I do think.
You can see that shot.
From the distance, you hear us like.
I was distracted.
So at this point, I invite you to tell the tale of the
Oh,
death of the
certainly. If you've got a few minutes, I'll tell you the
with
entire
anime
thing.
sparkles.
You really
Always got time for a good goblin story.
Started at the glassworks. Blah 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 blah. Kill this guy. Blah blah blah. Kill that guy. Blah blah blah. Tortured him. Blah blah blah. Cut off fingers. Blah blah blah. Well, these are where Langers come in. She's just a regular goblin. Then we went downstairs. Blah blah blah. Found this. Blah blah blah. Found those sin spawn. Nasty buggers. Didn't bring anything back for you. Would you be interested next time?
I'm glad you killed him, but I don't think I want to hit anything like that.
Did they even have ears?
You never looked.
They kind of have ear holes. Oh, and then I shot, and it went straight through his neck. It literally bounced off his sword and punctured him again.
Dude had 3 arms!
She cut
He
2
looks.
people in half.
He looks. Did this show actually fucking happen?
I don't know. I was distracted.
We want to disgrace him by telling you where he was looking at the time.
I saw it and it was a thing.
You should have seen. You should have seen the size of the fucking fish I killed with an arrow.
No, girl backs him up. Girl backs him up.
You should have seen the size of the head we cleaved off for what she killed.
Speaking of which, you ever seen anything like this before? Like, whoosh, nice. So good.
I think he had that.
No, he gave it to me. And
He
then
gave it to her,
promised
yeah.
that if I sold it, he'd get half of it, but otherwise,
I thought you gave it back to him, though.
we tried.
Yeah, it went back and forth a couple times while we were making a deal.
We're just gonna stop that there, shall we, gentlemen? We're all adults here.
Which is why we all immediately thought about you giving him head.
He gave it back.
So this is what happens
It was a
when
fair
the
trade.
walks away.
Yes.
It was a fair trade.
One head for head.
Yeah. She got head, I got head. It was all good.
Everybody's happy.
Tit for tat.
But technically, I think she won because she got head the second time, so it was... whatever.
Actually, I got hit twice.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, the winner.
But I'm getting paid, so I'm good.
All right.
I tried to stop it.
Yeah.
Poorly, but I did.
She looks.
It's not right.
No, I've never seen anything like that in my life. I never fucking want to again. What the fuck is this?
I know, right?
What? No, this is not a happy fucking moment. Get the fuck out of my car. I don't know what this is,
All well and good.
and I never want to fucking know.
We should put it on a long stick. We'll put a candle.
Girl is disappointed, like visibly so, but she does.
There you go.
Tuck her head away.
These are fucking nice. Those aren't bad. That, no, just fucking no.
Her estimate, like not visibly, but her estimation of him does just a little. She thought he was a companion in bloodlust, and instead he was simply a companion in goblin death. My racism is less than my goblin thirst.
He's just a straight up racist. He doesn't want people to die. All right. What was our going rate? Those goblin ears.
2 and air, you told me last time.
2 an ear or 2 a pair?
It was 2 a pair. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, maybe I talked you out of that.
I thought there was more if the names are there. I know there was more if the names written on it, but
Yes,
I
yes.
can't remember if it
If
was.
the goblin's name's written on it, it's worth a lot more. No, the actual goblin's fucking name.
Did you keep the fingers from that
Toonses,
one?
the dying goblin.
All right, fine.
Toonses.
Give you 2 gold. It's the standard for those.
Way back.
For these,
Yeah, right.
I'll give you 5.
Me too. My favorite one was with
He takes them both from you,
Terminator.
gives you 2, gives you 5.
I give him half of the 5.
We basically remade the scene from Terminator 2
Just 2?
where the T-1000 was chasing, but it was Toonses driving instead of. So it was
Fair
like,
enough.
I think it might have actually been Arnold in the seat, but if not, it was Phil.
No.
It was Arnold.
Last. Got any more of that special bubbly you brought last time?
You know I do. Is he still guarding my stuff after I came back from my?
You've never
Work
picked it up, so
adventure.
yeah,
We
it's
shouldn't
all
have poured that stuff out. You bet we do.
Hey! I have never and would never give evil water, regardless how inert it seems.
Well, he's a source of gold, so I wouldn't have poisoned him.
Intentionally. Oh.
Cat's out.
Would you put that back up
Lex.
for me?
I don't know, Lex doesn't want it up, apparently.
Nope, he wants it on him, pointing down.
I can't believe
You
this
just-
table was
It was very
I know,
unstable.
like every time he has to like put that tripod
Is
back.
that gotta be
There you go.
or is it good? That's good.
Is the camera okay?
Yeah, it's fine. It's
So-
actually good. Like you can see the 3 of you.
So I'm running low on wineskins. Does Davern have any to spare?
I've got one.
Does Davern have any to spare? Don't take his wineskin.
Alright.
You see that creature you don't want near you?
Yes.
It had this pool of... Are we calling it water still?
I was calling it
Evil water.
Oh,
Evil water.
Go.
You're not there, damn it.
You did mention the glowing pool of evil
Just
water.
imagine me as perched on your shoulder.
I've got an extra
I
wineskin.
am.
If you'll fill it up. Toss it here.
Well, I'm not. I mean, I was hoping to have two, one for us and then one for him.
Throws you a second one.
So I fill, and I don't charge him for this one either.
What?
Nothing.
Don't ask.
Okay. Don't ask.
We're already clearly in an anime. I've established this. You never ask where anime characters get their stuff.
Especially weapons.
He takes the wineskin from you, pops it down the whole thing, sets the wineskin behind him. Just make sure you bring more of that with you next time, Les.
Salute.
Salute.
If you ever want your stuff, it's still here. It's good condition.
Oh, don't have that anymore. Head of Elysium.
But
Oh,
I can hold it for you as long as you need.
Much appreciated, friend. We've got more goblins to slay.
There's always more goblins to fucking slay.
I'm hoping to find.
Fucking buggers.
I'm hoping to find more of this guy's friends.
Sure. Okay.
Alright. See you later. Alright.
Do you have anything else you need to do?
Nope, I need to rest.
You both are good.
So back to the
If you want
end to
anything
rest.
else you wanna do.
Nah.
How
Let's
far
take
away
about an
is
hour.
the creepy dude?
Which creepy dude?
The non-ear creepy dude, the one with the herbs and stuff. Would he be likely to have the ingredients for my spell?
Oh, the Alver Poderick.
Charcoal, incense, and herbs.
You would definitely have herbs. Most likely incense. Maybe charcoal.
So just fucking H in it.
Charcoal, incense, and herbs. There's a general store. Thank you.
Generally stores.
General store, the Lux Pantries. That's where Oliver Potter's at. And there's a general store that you walked by.
Is that the same shop with the creepy guy, or that's a different shop?
Pillbug is creepy.
The Pillbug's Pantry is the one that they stopped by earlier. You have not been to the general store yet.
He's fucking weird. We've established. He self-identifies as such.
Happily.
I guess I'll go to the. Well, okay. Would a general store be likely to have those things?
Generally speaking.
Yeah.
Did you do it unintentionally?
Is that an accidental bad pun?
Yes, it
Usually,
was, and I caught it
those are
immediately when I
accidental.
rolled my eyes.
Outside of having a magic focused shop,
I throw my icky at you.
probably the best bet.
Okay.
Outside, or like picking up single items at
That's
different
gross.
I'll head over to the general store then and look for those things.
Can you
All right. As you walk in, there are a couple of people walking around picking up things like farm equipment, tax, stuff like that. I mean, there's a couple of different sections. It's actually a relatively large store. Inside of it, there is a man, a human male, like helping one of the customers. He's pretty tall but stocky, past middle-aged, nice full beard, actually a hat. Kind of looks almost Amish with the beard and the hat, like that kind of look. And there's wisps of gray in the beard, and like his hair, you can just see little curls of it peeking down from under his wide brimmed hat. And as he gets done helping somebody, he turns and kind of looks you over. Hey, vendor! Thank you for coming into my store. What can I get you? Can I help you find something in particular?
Vendor a greeting.
Or a name.
Vendor. Vendor. Pleasure to meet you.
Geisen, pleasure to meet you.
Hi, Geisen. Thank you for coming into my shop. What can I point you at today?
I'm looking for herbs first of all.
Herbs. We've got all kinds of herbs.
The kind you grow, the kind you smoke.
The kind use
turn
my name.
into spiritual owls.
I love how you casually asked that. It's beautiful. Do it again.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Just herbs. Yeah, I think it's just more
just as herbs.
generic. You know, it's not specific kind. It's just you need 10 gold worth of these things.
Somehow the spell knows the.
Oregano.
So
A little
if
bit of
the,
parsley, some sage.
Creeping Tom.
if there's like a
Flowers,
really
seasonal
bad herb crop one year and the price skyrockets, would I need less of the herb then?
In flight.
Like
As rules is written.
Yeah. So are we going to spend a good chunk of the next part of the campaign trying to like inflate the price?
Because I'll buy it at this, and then all of a sudden, like, I'll have enough for like 100 castings of the spell.
Let's play Monopoly D&D.
I'm thinking
First we
Goldfinger.
each
Everywhere
set
I
up
go,
our
I'm
own
just
little
gonna
herb
like
shop
set
for us
fire to the
now.
herbs.
Just go.
Yeah, we're not doing this.
No.
Don't worry. It's not meant.
No.
He very easily gets you all.
No. Can't be.
Be 10 gold, sir.
I pay him like
It's wonderful doing business with you. Would you like to get anything else that I can get for you?
nothing I can think of at the moment. Thank you. It's a spiritual owl thing. It doesn't eat.
It's his owl. He does.
Does a spiritual owl eat? DM. Roll a dice. Find out.
I need to roll dice. I know these things innately.
And?
He'll have to find this out.
So the owl keels
And the
over
spiritual
that.
owl
You don't
starves
have
to death or not.
Mid-flight, just
Like,
stops.
periodically throughout the rest of the campaign, you're like, roll. And you
Oh,
look
your owl dies of hunger.
Yeah,
Dysentery.
Oh, that's terrible.
Alright?
It was nothing but polite and
So I'll head back to the hotel.
Terry Crews killed him.
Alright. Alright, anybody else? Any other things you want to do
we're
before you
heading back. I
take
think
your
we're
rest?
heading back to Schmooze.
I'm gonna take the rest and then get up and spend 45 minutes, an hour. I get up early.
So you don't take full rest?
How long is the full rest?
8 hours.
Never mind, I can't do it.
Need 8 hours of uninterrupted rest. Except if you're an elf.
If you're in the room next to me, it may be interrupted. I do snore.
I'm not gonna get into the rules. I thought it was something about the fact that you can still sit there and just chill and that's still part of it, or is that's just a short rest?
That is just a short rest.
Right,
You
got
can
it.
sit there and hang out. A long rest, you actually have to be
Asleep.
resting. You need 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep, or I think if you're a full elf, it's 4. I don't know. That'll have to double check
Yeah, I don't
out.
know.
But yeah, you do need for a short rest. You can just be like hanging out. You can be like you can even be reading a book during a short rest or something like that. For a long rest, you actually need to be rested.
Alright. So,
And that
The rest is the
stuff.
where the full rest button?
Well, everybody hit the full rest button.
Where is full rest button?
Button.
I already did.
Oh,
so
there it
you-
is.
yeah.
On the name.
Yep.